8 points. The NASDAQ is down 15. Well, now down 12. And the S&P is down 26. For these stories and more, go to WTIC.com. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News.
Have bad teeth that need to be replaced? Don't like removable dentures? Worry no more. Come on down to Columbia Implant Center in Manchester any day of the week and ask for the All-on-4 procedure. Call us at 860-643-1898.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Money, sponsored by Ethos.
Pokemon cards have joined rare baseball cards and comic books on the list of expensive collectibles. Influencer Logan Paul sold a Pokemon card for $16 million.
The blue chip items, and this is the best Pokemon card.
Stephen Fischler of the online comic book marketplace Comic Connect says kids who collected Pokemon cards are now grown up, and some have plenty of money to spend. I'm Rob Hart.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-384-9393. That's 800-384-9393.
It's Sarah Samuels, co-host of the Retirement Income Source, heard Sunday mornings at 9:30 a.m. and again at 12:30 p.m. In retirement, it's all about the income, and that's real income, generated from interest and dividends. If your advisor is selling your portfolio shares and writing you a check, that's not income. To learn how to generate retirement income the right way, tune in to the Retirement Income Source, Sunday mornings at 9:30 a.m. and 12:30 p.m.
Retirement Income Source with David Scranton is a paid program.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them. This is Dale for Northeast Men's Health, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At Northeast Men's Health, our advanced medical therapies go far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combination therapies that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a far greater level of intimacy to both you and to the one you love, perhaps performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and find out why our advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Your first visit is just $99 and gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-930-5956 or go to northeastmenshealth.com. That's northeastmenshealth.com. Northeast Men's Health, advanced medical science to empower male performance.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds, and you can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/protect. That's ethos.com/protect. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Rates may vary.
You know the rush when you reach that goal, when something you've worked for pays off. That's success. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we believe you should never stop chasing it. That's why we offer a skills-based education that helps move your career forward. Learn how to apply emerging technologies like AI and data science. Build your leadership and critical thinking skills. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start May 13th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Hey, shh. Calm down. The show is about to start. Reese on the radio. Turn it up. Turn it up low. Turn it up loud.
It's like a dream come true.
Turn on your radio. Reese is on the radio.
Yo, let's get it.
Due to the nature of this program, discretion does not exist. It's Reese on the radio. Right now on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Yeah! The day has finally come! And we're ready to rock and roll!
You scallywags, nutmeggers, conversationalists, and baby boy, you haters. It's Reese on the radio right here live on WTIC News Talk 1080. I am hyped and ready to go, excited and ready to go today. I've got, 4 hours here. Then I got another hour and a half for the debate. And I'm going to be doing it with my colleagues here at WTIC. Roland's going to be here on the boards. We got Morgan Cunningham and Brian Shackman. We've got Betsy McCoy, Ryan Fazio. I understand Senator Sampson is going to be there with a bunch of other folks. And, of course, those of you who got to get into the event. I hope we got enough seats. My wife will be there. I hope she is not out shopping looking for a new outfit. I'm going to have to stop going to events, Roland, because every time somebody invites me somewhere, first thing Roseanne wants to do is buy a new outfit. I'm like, what outfit you wore last time? She goes, no, I can't let these people see me in the same thing.
Man, it costs to be the boss, man.
It costs to be something. But every time I turn around and say, hey, honey, we have to go to an event, I have to buy a new outfit.
Yeah. You can't. When you're of the status of you, you can't get caught slipping, my boy.
No, I cannot. You're absolutely right. Someone says, "Hey, didn't he wear that last time?"
Yeah. And then they're gonna put out a little Twitter. What is it? X or Twitter?
Yeah, a little X or tweet. Yeah, a
little tweet saying, "Hey, I think Reese on the radio is broke."
Okay, well, if that's the case, Reese on the radio is broke. I accept.
No.
John Beckman, who's all the way out in Nevada, you can watch by going to the @WTIC 1080 YouTube page. So go look it up now. For those of you who are looking to watch it, please do. If you're on YouTube, if you're not on YouTube, just go find it on YouTube. I don't think, do you need to have an account to be on YouTube? I think you can go on YouTube.
No, you could do it as a guest.
Yeah, you can do it as a guest.
Option.
Yeah, so go as a guest option so you don't have to fill out all that nonsense. And you just go to @WTIC 1080. It's all one word. And you can watch us live. In fact, on our WTIC page, we don't do a lot of posting on it. I went to it the other day and saw that we had like 2 videos on it. We don't even use it. We should. There's plenty of things that we should do. Lori says, I use Facebook. That still works. Unfortunately, no. You have to go on YouTube, Lori.
Yeah, if you want to watch it live.
Yeah, if you want to watch it live, yes. Or, of course, you can listen on the radio or you can listen to the app. But if you do want to watch, you have to go to YouTube because that's where we are. And, again, that is ampersand. WTIC. Yeah, that's what it's called. That's what it's called.
I think everybody knows what means.
Some people don't. The older folks, you got to make sure they know. Yeah, it's @WTIC 1080. One word, all together, no spaces. And that's where you find it. So we hope that you will join us because I will look spiffy. Also, it's important to note that if you want to get there early, if you are one of the people who are going to attend, you have your tickets, you have your marching orders, so to speak, that when you get there, please come in early. There's a special happy hour for you, attendance, at Stadium 15. So when you arrive and you go into the restaurant, please go inside so that you can join in a happy hour.
What time happy hour starts?
Happy hour begins at 5.
Okay, 5.
Now, the event starts at 7, of course, but it gives you an opportunity. Maybe you haven't eaten. It is a restaurant and bar. You can go there, grab a snack. If I may say so, okay, this is important. Get the artichoke dip. It is to die for. Anytime I don't want to eat like a full meal and I just want a snack, I have that appetizer. Get it. The buffalo wings, out of this world. If I were to say, if you're going to have a meal, I say go with the steak. The steak is banging, as they say in the hood, or at least used to say.
Yeah, they don't say that no more.
Yeah, I don't care. Lori says, I'm sorry, I was thinking you were talking about my show. My show is on Facebook, yes. Maria says that you can you watch it afterwards? We are not able to watch it tonight. Yes, it will still be on the YouTube page after the fact. Also, CTN, Connecticut Network, will have the feed after the fact. So, in fact, it turns out they are going to do all of the debates. They are showing up. If not to them, they are getting the video of every debate that's happening between the candidates, which in this case I hear is only Betsy and Ryan, because Aaron Stewart has opted to drop out of any debate, or not participate, I should say, in any debate. So yeah, you can do that. John Beckman says, I already started my happy hour. It's way too early, buddy. Way too early. Especially for you, my friend. You're 3 hours behind. It's 11. You can't drink now. At least not normal people. You shouldn't drink now. So I'm excited. This is a big deal for me because, look, I've been an idea guy for other radio shows. Hey, Reese, we're doing this. Give me some taglines. I'll write some taglines. I'll write some promo stuff, things like that. Not that I've never been an idea guy. I am an idea guy. I have plenty of ideas that I do right here on the show. This is the first time I was ever able to implement one with the station, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. They did not, they didn't even give me a, you got three heads kind of look. They said, absolutely, let's do it. This sounds like a great idea. They jumped on, they're doing all, and poor Joey Burgoyne and Janine Lee, I got to say to both of them, because they have, I have run them rugged, Roland. Have I not been doing this? I have run them ragged doing this. But they are excited to do it. They're doing everything. Roland being
I think you
here,
was extremely close to getting cussed out.
I think I was. Because it was so much stuff to deal with corporate.
Yeah, behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes of getting this done. Yeah.
Crazy.
Like, it's so funny when you think of an idea. In my head, the only thing I see the big tent. Like, if I were like P.T. Barnum, I see the tent. I see the animals. I see the juggling. I don't know, whatever it is that happens behind the scenes. I'm not that guy.
Me and you share that. We are creators.
Yes.
So we come up with the ideas in our head. We write it down. We have the plan and everything, but we don't necessarily know the other variables that are involved in making said plan happen.
Oh, and this, you know why? I'll tell you why. Because if you're like me, and I know you are, you probably have ideas that are very lofty that can be done with the right execution. It's like, other people will tell you, I don't know if you can do that. And you're like, oh, that only intrigues me more.
Yeah.
Like, you tell me I can't do it.
That's going to make me do it.
Yeah. And then you don't really want to share it with the people who are going to throw the obstacles in your way. But what about legal? What about this? And what about these documents? We're going to have people sign contracts. And you're like, I don't want to have to deal with that. Can you?
Yeah.
Like, I just want
to create.
Yeah, I want to create. Let me get into the lab and do my creation. You handle all the legalese, man. And I hated doing that to them because I saw this vision. It was the only thing I wanted to see. Because if I had to look at what they were looking at, I would have.
Yeah, you get discouraged.
Yeah.
It's like, I got to go through all of this. And you want things to happen in a certain timeline.
Yes.
Because you have, okay, here's my idea. So by this week, it should be here. By this week, it should be there. And then they're saying, legal saying, no, it's going to take you about 2 months. You're like, what?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I want to do this in 2 weeks. I'm like, nope, you need 4 months. I'm like, I want to strike when the iron is hot. It's like, your ideas take implementing, buddy. You're going to have to walk slowly.
Yep.
And it's true. We're the kind of guys that create the art, and we automatically want to put it up on the wall.
Yeah, but you gotta jump through a couple hoops first.
We find out that there are permits that we have to put it up on the wall. What do you mean permit? It's art. You should love it on its own. It's a crazy thing when you're in the corporate world, but it's beautiful when it does happen. It's all worth it. And again, I thank all of it. Joey Burgoyne, the folks at Odyssey Boston who are down here helping us out, get this thing done. The fact that another network or another office left their state to come down here and help us with this, I've never felt so, not important, but like, I've never felt realized in a weird way. Like, wow, they took my thing and turned it into something, and it's happening. And I'm hosting it, and they're doing this for me. And I'm like, whoa, me? Like little old me? This is a big deal to me. So I'm so grateful. I'm grateful every day. every part of it. Thank you, Roland, for staying in late today. Joey is in there, too. Thank you, Joey. He's standing in the studio. Can he even hear me? I just want to say, I love you, man. And Roseanne is a big fan of Joey Burgoyne, but he's the one making all of this happen. He is staying late. He's coming in early. He's showing up at the Stadium 15 at the ballroom or the event room, and it's been incredible. It's just been absolutely fun. Okay, we got plenty of seats, and yes, right. And don't forget to go to the Odyssey app. That's right. Dana's telling me to make sure we go to the Odyssey app. I do have to say one thing, though, and this is, it's not a critique. It's just something that I missed in all of this, Roland. I was saying, we put all of this energy into this. We went from the idea to the little ticky-tacky, as we just described, legal stuff, implementing the equipment, getting the stage, getting the podiums, getting the candidates, figuring out the questions, getting Brian on board, getting Morgan Cunningham on board. We get all of this, get Roseanne's outfit on board. No, I'm kidding. And then I said to myself today, something's missing. With all of this work that's happening, something is missing. And I couldn't figure out what it was. And I figured it out. With everything that we have done, we don't have a theme song. Until now.
One room, two names, big plans, hard lines, eyes on November, and the finish time. Say it plain, say it strong, make the state feel where you belong. It's debate night on WTIC. It's debate night on WTIC. Betsy and Ryan, take your shot. It's debate night on WTIC. It's debate night on WTIC. Turn it up, let it ring. November's coming, hear them sing.
Brought to you by AARP Connecticut. It's debate night on WTIC. Make sure you check it out. Captooth. No, it is at to listen to or to watch the event. You have to go to at WTIC 1080. Again, at WTIC 1080. One word altogether. Let me see. Hey, Beckman, my wife and I just raised our glasses to you. Joey V, it's too early for him. Not too early for you. It's after 2 o'clock. If indeed you're a day drinker. I remember, I had a few of those. I had a few of those. The summer of 95. Anyway, but I'm really excited. I hope that you guys will join us. If you're not there live, you at least listen live at WTIC on the radio, on the Odyssey app, WTIC.com, and as I mentioned, on YouTube at WTIC 1080 to check it out. Betsy McCoy, Ryan Fazio, and a host of other people will be there. Their guests will be there. My guests will be there. So it'll be I think it's going to be fantastic. I am nowhere near nervous, even though a lot of people are walking by going, "Good luck, good luck." I'm like, I'm not the person. Like, I don't. All I have to do is ask the questions. I'm not, other than introducing it, which I can do in my sleep. I've hosted plenty of events. I'm an MC by nature. Master of ceremonies, that is. I am an MC by nature. When people ask me, I've done weddings where people have said, we don't have an MC. We don't have anybody MC. And they just say, hey, can you do it? I'm like, absolutely, on the fly. People find out what I do for a living. They go, oh, no wonder, you're a natural. I'm a natural at this. I'll be fine. So, John Beckman says, I'm in London, so 5 hours ahead of you. Yeah, sure. Good point. We got to take a break. We'll come back. More news, more views. I got plenty of stuff to talk about. We have those hate crime statistics I was talking about. Who is the group that's getting more hate crimes against them than any other? It's not blacks. And it is, considering the time we're in, it's the group you suspect. We'll come back with more of that and more of the preview of the debate tonight when we return. It's Reese on the radio.
I'm Ultima Morgan. Morgan & Morgan isn't just an injury firm. It's our family's life work. It's my husband, it's my sons, it's me. When we take a case, we see a family just like ours. $30 billion recovered is something I'm proud of. But what I'm really proud of are the families we stood beside. It's an honor to fight for you when you need our support the most. Morgan & Morgan, for the people and your family.
Herbie Fisher. No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hi, I'm Joe with SimpleSaleUSA.com, and I buy houses cash. If you own a house and want to sell it fast at a fair price, call me at 203-896-4000. I can pay cash and close in as little as 7 days. I buy houses in any condition, any price range, and more importantly, anywhere in Connecticut. I'm a private real estate investor who buys several houses a month, and I want to buy more. I buy inherited houses, divorce houses, behind in payment houses. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Do you own a house that is trash and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, because I love buying junk houses. I buy vacant houses, abandoned houses, condemned houses, and even foreclosure houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast, call me at 203-896-4000. That's 203-896-4000. 203-896-4000.
And now, a WTIC news update.
2:30, good afternoon. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News. Legislative session came to an end at midnight. Governor Lamont, in a wrap-up news conference this afternoon, said while disappointed the ban on cell phones in classrooms never made it to a vote in the Senate after passing the House, he was pleased that lawmakers saw fit to add $280 million in budget adjustments for cities and towns. Child was hit while getting on the school bus this morning in North Haven. Collision occurred in the area of St. John Street. Injuries are believed to be non-life-threatening. Police say the driver was ticketed for attempting to pass a stopped school bus. A Rhode Island man is dead after state police say he drove a pickup truck into a house in Killingly. This happened last night. Hartford Pike, that's where they say Matthew Sherman failed to negotiate a curve, hit a few mailboxes and a sign before running into the house. There was no one inside the house at the time. That investigation is ongoing. Oceanwide Expeditions has revealed that 30 passengers disembarked from one of its cruise ships hit by the hantavirus outbreak. They left the vessel on St. Helena nearly 2 weeks after the first passenger died. And Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas is now the second longest-serving justice in history, overtaking someone who was nominated by President Abraham Lincoln. Thomas' tenure as of today tops 34 years. The only justice with a longer tenure is William O. Douglas. Thomas overtook Douglas in 2020, will overtake Douglas, that is, in 2028 if he remains on court, and there's no sign he plans to retire anytime soon. WTIC News Time is 2:32. Bob Cox has the forecast.
Remains sunny out there this afternoon. High temperatures mostly between 60 and 65 with a northwesterly wind at 10 to 15 miles per hour and some higher gusts. Tonight will be chilly, partly cloudy sky conditions. There could be a scattered shower, lows 38 to 45 degrees. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds on Friday. And again, it's mostly dry, but it's not out of the question there could be a sprinkle or scattered shower in a few spots tomorrow. Highs in the low 60s. Partly cloudy and cool Friday night, lows in the 40s. Showers developing Saturday with a high around 60. A mix of sun and clouds for Mother's Day, just a slight risk for a pop-up shower, high 70 to 75. I'm meteorologist Bob Cox in the WTIC Weather Center.
Dow is down 281 points, the Nasdaq's down 18, and the S&P is off 25. Yanks lead the Rangers at the stadium 4-2. Red Sox tonight, 6:10 on the radio, as they open a series at Fenway against the Tampa Bay Rays. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News.
Hi, Eric Hogarth with Money Wisdom. This week, we discuss the latest tips in financial planning and real solutions for your money questions. Don't just save, thrive with Money Wisdom on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Brian Shackman here for Serta Pro Painters. I don't know about you, but a fresh coat of paint makes me feel good. That's why you might want to get in touch with the folks at Serta Pro Painters. And now is a good time. Ask about their spring sales event. That's 10% off qualifying projects through May the 15th. And they can do inside, they can do outside. They did our kitchen. Man, they were timely, they were clean, and they were so respectful to everybody in our family. Serta Pro Painters, by the way, independently owned and operated right here in our community. So schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. Again, that's Serta with a C.
Sale ends soon. Don't wait.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com. And get ready for the workday.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-909-9696. 800-909-9696.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Mother's Day, celebrate her with something truly special. At P.F. Chang's, enjoy a 5-course celebration experience starting at just $89.99. Featuring premium entrees like New York prime strip steak tataki, oolong Chilean sea bass, and lobster and prawn fried rice, plus the bold signature flavors she loves. It's more than a meal. It's a celebration made just for her. Reserve your table now and make Mother's Day unforgettable. Only at P.F. Chang's. Available when you dine in for a limited time only at participating locations. Offer may vary.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Fan of WTIC? Then do us a favor. Download the free Odyssey app and favorite WTIC.
All right, we're back. Debate night, WTIC, NewsTalk 1080. Before I go into the story about hate crimes in Connecticut, let me get to the phones here. Guy who hasn't called in a bit, Leroy's on the line. Hello, Leroy.
Hey, my friend. How you doing?
Pretty good, sir. What you got for me?
Oh, first thing off, about a month and a half ago, you were trying to figure out some character in a movie. You said, was it Leroy?
I don't remember.
I tried to get at you that day, but they ran out of time.
No problem.
All right, and then I'm going to save you a few dollars with Roseanne.
Okay. Oh,
right.
No, you talking about the whole buying a new outfit every week?
Go buy her 4 basic pair of pants, the colors, the basic colors. Get her like 15 shirts.
Okay.
And she'll know how to do what she do.
Right, mix and match and it. Okay,
Yep.
okay.
My sister dressed like a millionaire. And I asked her one day, I said, Ella, how do you dress so good? She said, boy, I got 4 pair of pants and 20 shirts. And
That's
I
actually
never
not.
knew.
That is not in. I mean, it's beyond ingenious. But
Yeah.
I think she just likes to. I think
Go
she,
shopping. All
yeah, I
women
think
love
she-
to go
yeah,
shopping.
I know.
All right. And let's get on Mr. Trump now. I'm so happy that we got gas almost $5. And you can't put it on Biden.
No, you can't. You can't.
And all this, I went to go buy some hamburger the other day for $12, and they give me $6 worth of hamburger. So we got to put that on my buddy too. But I haven't heard you say anything about nothing's going on, man. What's going on, Reese?
Okay. First of all, you're saying I haven't said anything about it. I have
Yes,
talked.
I've been-
I have talked about it, and I said that a momentary lapse in seeing prices the way that they are because of what's going on in Iran is a fight I'm willing to have because I'm looking at the calamity down the road. But that's okay. You're absolutely right. Donald Trump is responsible for rising gas prices. And you said I can't blame Biden. Or can I? Because no, hear me out. Hear me out. I think you're going to be stunned by what I'm going to play for you.
I know where you're going.
No,
want
you
me to
don't.
tell you what you're going to say?
Yeah, tell me what I'm going to say.
You're going to say if Biden had a deal with Iran, then it wouldn't be on Trump.
Actually, no. I'm going to say that if you trust the Biden administration, you should be able to trust his energy secretary, Jennifer Granholm. Now, would you trust the Biden administration more than you would trust Trump's?
Reese, I don't trust any of them.
Okay, but I'm saying more than. I'm saying, let's say you have a distrust for both. Which administration would you trust more, Biden's or Trump's?
Yes, there's a whole, I don't know which one I go in first.
Okay. How about this? Jennifer Granholm, the former Secretary of Energy under Joe Biden, who said this.
So, really clear, obviously, the president does not control the price of gasoline. No president does. But what we're seeing right now is this global mismatch between supply and demand.
I want to make sure that I play it again so you can hear. I'll pick you back up in a second.
So, to be really clear, obviously, the president does not control the price of gasoline. No president does. But what we're seeing right now is this global mismatch between.
Now, Jennifer Granholm, wow, that's loud. Jennifer Granholm said, the energy secretary says, the president does not control the price of gas. No president ever does. Now,
but he makes situations to make things happen. We don't control it. He put us in situations that make things. I know it's a global mind.
Well, Leroy, it's a little loud, but it's going to come off on the air badly. But I appreciate it nonetheless. I'd rather listen to Jennifer Granholm in this because she makes my case for me. But God bless you, brother. Have a good day. You got it. I just knew. I don't even know why. I had that audio just sitting around waiting.
So, to be really clear, obviously, the president does not control the price of gasoline. No president does.
I'm just saying. I filled up this morning, paid $5.63 a gallon, ended up being $130 to fill the tank. Outrageous, John Beckman said. You live in Nevada. That's Nevada. You might as well be California. You know the drill. That's because you won't drill for any gas on the West Coast. Sokolowski says, sorry, Reese. No more wars. President is on the brink of World War III. So come on. Sokolowski, stop it. You've never been that ridiculous. That's not even your style. That's not even your style. But if you're listening to Tucker Carlson, stop it. Stop it. Sokolowski, you know I love you, buddy. Stop it. Anyway, I want to get to this story now. Connecticut lawmakers and Ned Lamont are ordering a review of the state's hate crime penalties because the numbers keep climbing. Hate crimes have jumped, or at least the charges have jumped from 87 in 2021 to 130 in 2024. That's nearly a 50% increase. The state police reported 103 hate incidents last year. That's up from 75 3 years earlier. The group seeing the sharpest and most disproportionate rise, you know it, Lori knew it, Jewish people. According to FBI data, there were 34 hate crimes targeting Jews in Connecticut in 2024, more than any other single category, including 27 against black residents. Jews make up just 3.4% of the state's population, yet, per person, the rate is over 3 times higher than black residents. Gay men were the next at 8 incidents. There was only 1 against Muslims. I'll get into why that is in a minute. Anti-Semitic incidents tracked by the Anti-Defamation League exploded in from 24 in 2000 to 159 in 2024. A more than 6-fold surge even after a slight dip last year. The new bill consolidates Connecticut's scattered hate crimes law into a clear section so police and prosecutors can enforce them more easily. It also directs the Sentencing Commission to review penalties and recommend changes. Some may need to be tougher, they say. Officials say the goal is simple. Make sure the punishment actually fits the crime when hate is the motive. Now listen. several questions have to come to mind here. One, why would there be hate crimes against Jews in Connecticut? The overwhelmingly blue Connecticut. Second question, where are these abuses or crimes taking place? I would venture college campuses. Yeah, you would too. And third, are we really seriously going to believe that they will make penalties harder for the core base of the Democrat Party in Connecticut? It's not Republicans hating on Jews, folks. It isn't. It ain't the MAGA base in Connecticut hating on Jews. The Jews in Connecticut know who's hating on them. They know where they are. They know where they go. That's right. The Jews know exactly in the state where to go to find hate against them. And it's in the intelligentsia. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. Oh, and don't forget the black community, too. I mean, they're right up there with them. They do the bidding of their white overlords. Hating the Jews comes natural to them. Isn't it interesting with all of the promoting of Islamophobia that we hear every day? Islamophobia, Islamophobia. September 11th, Islamophobia. And the Jews in Connecticut, a place that when I was growing up, Connecticut that is, a place that when I was growing up, everyone told us the Jews were moving to. Yeah. Greenwich, Darien. Yeah. They all made their money and moved up to Greenwich, right? How do I know? Ex-wife. Family in Greenwich. Homes in Greenwich. Jews. And here we are seeing an uptick in Jewish hate. Right here. In one of the bluest states in the region? That seems crazy. And now they're talking about prosecuting those who hate on Jews, which would be their Democrat base. Now, what do you think is going to happen if the legislature actually makes the penalty harsher or prosecutors start sending their base to prison longer? Now, you would probably say in your head, it was like, well, Reese, they're standing up. They don't care if those people are Democrats or voting Democrats or the bloc of their party who will more than likely bring out the young vote. It doesn't matter. They will definitely step up when there is hatred against a group of people. I say bull. I say nonsense. I say they'll never pull the trigger on it. I am positive that one of these groups will come out and say, oh, you want to give us longer prison sentences? Yeah, somebody might not want to be reelected. Huh? You know exactly who these people are. You better get back to raising the amount of attacks on black people. All right? Get them out there. Pull one of the Southern Poverty Law Center moves out there. Start paying for the racism against black people so you can protect those Jew haters. That's what you better do. Because you're never going to lock up your core audience. You're never going to lock up your core voter base. Never. You can't and you won't. And I'd be stunned if that legislation ever sees the light of day. Somebody's going to whisper in the background, yeah, we can't afford that. Really? You know you can't. You got the Working Families Party, Communist Party of America. All those people hate Jews. You really think you're going to get rid of that party line vote? I don't know who you kidding. We'll be back. More news, more views when we return. It's Reese on the Radio.
Join the Hartford Symphony Orchestra May 8th through the 10th for Mozart and Mendelssohn at the Bushnell in Hartford. Under the direction of music director Carolyn Kwan, the concert begins with Anna Klein's vibrant Color Field, a contemporary tribute inspired by abstract art. Then you'll be captivated by HSO's principal clarinetist Sang-Wan Lee, performing Mozart's Clarinet Concerto. Our musical journey concludes in the majestic landscapes of Scotland with Mendelssohn's Scottish Symphony. For tickets, call 860-987-5900 or visit hartfordsymphony.org.
Tune in to How to Retire with Fuchs Financial.
The main thing for the majority of the listeners out there who are approaching retirement is I don't want to be surprised.
Helping you build, preserve, and manage your wealth.
So you've got Roth IRAs, you have individual accounts. Finding the right taxable strategy, that's going to be huge for you.
Tune in to How to Retire with Ben Fuchs, Sundays at 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. right here on WTIC NewsTalk 1080.
Getting a little older doesn't have to mean, well, getting older. This is Dale for Northeast Men's Health. And if you're feeling low energy, can't sleep, can't lose weight, are struggling with brain fog and your sex drive is off, it's time to change it up. At Northeast Men's Health, our advanced medical strategies featuring TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, PDA, and more treat low T and other hormonal issues to help you shed pounds. Have more energy, enhance your body composition, improve sleep, increase your sex drive, and so much more, getting you back in the game again. So don't be older, be stronger in the gym. Be sharper at work, be better in the bedroom, and be more confident in every part of your life. So call us today and find out how our advanced treatment strategies could change the game for you. Your first visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on one of our advanced treatment plans on the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-930-5956 or go to northeastmenshealth.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
It's Reese on the Radio on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
Yeah, we are back. Plenty of news and plenty of views coming up on the program. Let's hit the phones real quick. Christine is in Burlington?
No, Willington.
Oh, Willington. I don't know why I saw that differently. Hello, Christine.
We got half of it right. So, first of all, they're always going to come after the Jews, and they're going to come after the Christians next.
That's right.
So that's spiritual. But what I want to say is two human beings' worst qualities, in my opinion, are we're ungrateful and impatient. And years ago, a nutritionist told me this story. I've carried it throughout my life. Something like the Titanic that was so big, when they said stop the ship, it took a while for something that size to stop and then go back in reverse.
Yeah.
We are so impatient with this whole gas thing and all that, wringing our hands. Oh. That's exactly what's going on, the same as it was years ago when Moses, God took them out of Egypt, and they started whining, oh, this manna, oh, this meat. It's the same thing. It's all going to be okay, but that's what always happens with human beings, and we are worse now with impatience and ungratefulness.
Christine, do you want to know what I'm noticing about this? The difference between the gas prices during the Biden administration that people were trying to poo-poo, as I played, what was her name, Jennifer Granholm, saying that the president has no control over it, versus where we are today. And I don't even know why I'm seeing the difference in this, but it's happening. So when Biden had the high gas prices, people were on the news everywhere talking about how people were trying to decide on whether or not they should buy food or gas or pay rent or gas. You don't have that. People are only complaining about the price of gas. You don't hear the duality, right? You don't hear the dichotomy of gas versus food, gas versus, bills. I'm not hearing it. Am I crazy in not seeing that?
Oh, no, exactly. But that's what it is with people, and that's how they are. They stop short of any kind of reasoning because we are inherently ungrateful and impatient. So, but it is going to all be okay. This had to be done.
I agree.
And it's apples and oranges. Biden shouldn't even be in the same sentence as Trump. Okay?
I think that's a fair
that tells you everything right there. If somebody's saying, well, let's put the two together. I mean, that tells you everything right there. But I just wanted to point that out, that it's been since the beginning of time, but we are really bad now. We are in a selfish, selfie world.
Yeah.
Okay?
I think you're 100%. I think it is. I guess the best way to describe it is perspective. We don't really have it, and we pay attention.
Exactly.
Louis C.K. said something funny back when he was allowed everywhere. He was on the Tonight Show or something like that, and was talking about he was on a plane with a guy, and on the plane as they were flying, the guy was complaining that there was no Wi-Fi on the plane, and Louis C.K. looked at him and said, do you not understand that is a momentary lapse in something far more remarkable? You're in a tin can flying 35,000 feet above the earth. Like, you do not have perspective here.
Exactly. And the perspective today is so whacked out.
Yeah.
So I did want to point that out because my thing is to people, just relax. Calm down. It's all going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just think of it as the Titanic. It's going to take a little bit, more than 60 days or whatever. But you can't talk. It's like, I can't even get the horse to the water. Forget about getting them to drink. That's where we're at.
Indeed. Thank you, Christine.
Anyway, thank you too, Reese. Have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye. That's... there's yes, no, and hold on, there may be something better. But yeah, I remember that in the Biden administration. That's all we talked about. And I was very eager to talk to people who said that they were making decisions about gas prices, paying for gas and buying essentials like food. And the reason why they were talking about that is that they weren't able to, they're paying for gas to go to work and to make money to only pay for more gas. Like, there was this sort of cyclical thing that was going on. That was the conversation. I didn't hear one person saying, Trump has got people starving. And I'm like, that's only thing they're saying, gas prices are high, as if the inconvenience. Now, I would be as concerned about the issue of people not being able to decide between food and gas. If it was happening to Donald Trump, I'd be the first person to call it out. I was like, dude, you got to recover from this. Talk to somebody and get these prices down yesterday. Because you can't, as a Trump guy who's talking about prosperity and making America hot and investments and more money in your pocket, you're talking about all that, but people are, speaking in terms that can only be described as Oliver-like. Nah, buddy, I'm not hearing that. And maybe I'm crazy. But name a place. In fact, during the break, I'll look it up online. I'll check. I'll research whatever news network or news outlet from, especially the Trump-hating press, to see if there's one story talking about families who are struggling to get by. The only people they talk about struggling are illegals. And they're not talking about, and they don't relate them to gas prices at all. They relate them nice, as usual. But anyway, I'll look it up. And if you know something, send it to me. By the way, have you checked out ReeseOnTheRadio.com? I work really hard on that. 7 hours. 7 hours. Putting together the code, making it look good. The music that you hear right here on the program that I co-created, wrote, and produced, you can find it there. If you have a song that we played on the air and you want to hear it yourself, go to ReeseOnTheRadio.com. It's there. You want to check out the show live? You do that too. You can send us a comment. Let's get to the news. John Silva's in the WTIC newsroom.
This is WTIC News Talk 1080 with Brian and Company in the morning, Reese on the radio in the afternoon, and news around the clock. WTIC and WTIC FM HD2 Hartford and Odyssey Station.
3 o'clock, good afternoon. We've got sunny skies and 62 degrees. We'll keep those highs in the low and mid 60s today under abundant sunshine. All the forecast details coming up. Governor Lamont touts what he considers a successful legislative session just passed. He says the budget was done on time and is sustainable, and he says he feels confident running for another term on what he calls promises kept, promises delivered.
We're still managing through an incredibly complicated time with the Trump administration, and we were able to back people up when it comes to health care. We were able to get additional funding for schools. We were able to grow the economy while in many other places it's contracting. We were able to get an additional $50 million in case President Trump cuts other things so we can protect people.
He cites new legislation on AI and parental controls for social media. Lamont says he is disappointed a statewide school cell phone ban never made it through the Senate, and new protections for renters also fell short. Investigations continuing into a deadly crash in the town of Killingly last night. Happened the 10 o'clock hour on Hartford Pike. A man identified as Matthew Sherman of Foster, Rhode Island, ran a pickup truck into the home. He was pronounced dead at the scene after hitting several mailboxes and a sign before striking the home. No one was inside at the time of the crash. World Health Organization confirms 5 cases of hantavirus on that cruise ship, where several fell ill, and confirms 3 more. Michael Wallace reports.
WHO Director General Tedros Ghebreyesus says 3 patients who were on the Hondias have died.
It's possible that more cases may be reported.
The ship will arrive in the Canary Islands in 3 or 4 days.
We assess the risk to the people of the Canary Islands as low.
The ship's operator, Oceanwide Expeditions, says 29 passengers got off the ship on April 24th. 2 weeks after the first passenger died and before any contact tracing was conducted. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Just passed by the GOP majority state house in Tennessee, a newly redrawn congressional map. Jennifer Kuiper reports.
The Republican map carves Shelby County, which includes Memphis, into 3 different congressional districts and keeps Nashville divided among 3 districts as well. Reaction from Democratic Tennessee Representative Steve Cohen.
It devastates all of the work that's been done to rectify the injuries to African Americans because of years and centuries of slavery and decades of Jim Crow rule and Jim Crow laws.
Republican Representative John Stevens.
Tennessee is a conservative state when our congressional representation in Washington should reflect that. This map ensures that.
Measure now heads to the Tennessee State Senate. FEMA Review Council has just released recommendations that would revamp the agency's role in disaster preparedness and recovery. CBS's Allison Keyes.
Recommendations from the FEMA panel include replacing the reimbursement process for aid with one that delivers money faster and more directly. It also suggests that the agency give up efforts to help survivors get long-term housing and that it should only help people whose homes are uninhabitable. Some on the panel say the agency has become political. Many of the changes would require action by Congress. Allison Keyes, CBS News, Washington.
And once again this Saturday, the National Association of Letter Carriers is holding its annual food collection drive, dubbed Stamp Out Hunger, and held on the second Saturday in May. The association is asking customers to pitch in and donate food products. Shawnee Butler is a 22-year NALC veteran who works in East Hartford.
On your porch, wherever your mailbox is located, visible for us to see the bag, we'll collect it.
And non-perishable items can include canned fruits and vegetables, dried pasta, and sauce. The donations go to benefit local food banks. Butler says they've been holding the collection since 1993. WTIC News Time is 3:04. Checking traffic. We're beginning to wind up the road work for this Thursday afternoon. You still might run into a late-running project here and there. In Vernon, crews will be out. They should be wrapping up, actually, on 84 West between 67 and 66. The work should come to an end at about 3:30 in West Hartford, that roving project they've been doing from 41 to 33 in the left lane. Same deal in Plainville, eastbound on 84 between 34 and 36. That's left lane repair work. And in Windsor on the southbound side of 91, where you normally see the delays begin to build as you head into the city from exits 34 to 32. Here's Bob Cox with the WTIC Weather Center forecast.
Sunshine will continue out there today until 7:56 when sunset occurs. And temperatures mostly between 60 and 65 this afternoon. That's cooler than the average high of 69 degrees. We have a northwest wind at about 10 to 15 miles per hour with some higher gusts today. Partly cloudy and chilly tonight. There could be a scattered shower around, lows 38 to 45. A mix of sun and clouds Friday with highs in the low 60s. Still a small chance for a sprinkle or scattered shower tomorrow, but mostly dry. Partly cloudy Friday night, lows in the 40s. Showers developing Saturday with a high around 60. And a mix of sun and clouds on Sunday, Mother's Day. There's the chance for a pop-up shower. Highs will be milder, reaching 70 to 75 degrees. I'm meteorologist Bob Cox in the WTIC Weather Center.
Dow is down 319 points. The Nasdaq's down 69, and the S&P is down 32. For these stories and more, go to WTIC.com. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Dial pound law.
Nicholas Russo, 157 Church Street, New Haven, 06510.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ned Lamont and the Hartford Clowns have a problem telling the truth. Here's Ned.
And we're trying to make life a little less expensive for working families in the middle class.
Talk is cheap, Ned, but you know what's not? Our electric bills. Aaron Stewart is the no BS candidate for governor. Aaron knows that 1, Connecticut exports a third of the energy we generate, while we pay the highest prices in New England. That's BS. 2, the Hartford Clowns put a hidden tax on your bill, the public benefits charge. Complete BS. And 3, Ned wants electric leaf blowers instead of gas, so he's importing hydropower from Canada. Really? Canada? Total BS.
And we're trying to make life a little less expensive.
I'm Aaron Stewart. I'm running for governor because it's time for something different, like cutting the BS. Only Hartford would ship out the energy we make and ship in expensive Canadian energy. Join me at Aaron4CT.com. I approve this message.
Paid for by Aaron for Connecticut, Valerie Marino Treasurer.
Reese on the radio, making sense of the news. Yeah, even when it makes no sense at all. Now on WTIC News Talk 1080.
You know, speaking of Donald Trump, I'll get in a little deeper on this in a minute. But I'm just listening to Aaron Stewart's ad that just played right before we got back on the air. And Jeff asked a good question at ReeseOnTheRadio.com. He says, not sure if anyone asked, but what do you think the gas prices would be if Kamala Harris was the president? And this is a good question. This is a good question. But not so much about Kamala Harris. It's about Connecticut. Think for a second, folks. While Leroy here is calling me saying, hey, say something about your buddy. Say something about Donald Trump. What do you think? In keeping with Jeff's question, what do you think the rate of your gas prices would be, oil prices would be today if Kamala Harris were to get the nomination? In essence, a second Joe Biden, fourth Barack Obama term. What do you think gas prices would have been under them? What do you think those? And again, I want you to consider the state of Connecticut when you think about that. Think really hard. This public benefits charge is not necessary on your bill. You know it isn't. What does it pay for? It used to be important to pay for people who couldn't afford their own bill. And that is a problem in and of itself with the governor, right? We have to make sure that people can take care of themselves. But why? How's he doing it? By spreading the wealth around, making you pay for their, inability to pay. They don't have a job. They don't have the education for a good job. There aren't any good jobs here because those jobs have shipped out, right? So all of that is happening on the current administration's watch. The administration, I might add, cannot stand the current administration in the White House, right? Runs complete opposition to it. Why? Because they think they're more moral. They think they have your fiscal house in order, or at least they wish to. They're the ones who are taxing you to death right here in the state. And guess what? Kamala Harris would be running the country just the way Ned Lamont is running Connecticut. Why? Because they're all aligned with each other. They would be running the greenhouse scam all through the country, paying for it with your backbone. So while you sit up here and criticize the $4 or $5 you're paying here in gas because we're at war in Iran, which again is coming to a close, the blockade is, the blockade is doing what? Doing well? Doing poorly? It's doing well, right? Now that we've ended the operation, we're now on Operation Freedom. We know that the deal may indeed come, but Iran is out of the game. The Ayatollah is in hiding. Right now, they're a rogue nation. And the United States hasn't put a boot on the ground. But that being said, again, what would it be like if Ned Lamont were the president of the country? Well, how do you think he would run it? Use this state as a clear example of what it would be like. Please tell me that you have more confidence in Ned this. Please tell me. Even the left doesn't. Even liberals in this state don't. Can you imagine a public benefit charge across the country? That's what Ned would do. That's what his chief of staff would do. That's what every one of the leftists on his camp would implement in a heartbeat. Raising taxes on millionaires and billionaires, that's who they are. Who do you think would be in his cabinet? John Larson? Martin Looney? Bob Duff? That's right, Bob Duff. A gay porn book in every library. That's right. They'd sign an executive order to do it, too. Yeah, that's right. Gavin Newsom, too. I'm just saying. You probably think Gavin Newsom, come on, people on the left, Gavin Newsom's a much better leader than Donald Trump, right? You probably root for him all over again. How many homeless people do you think Gavin Newsom can put out on the street if it's the entire country he runs, huh? How much money do you think that he would spend on high-speed rail if he had to create that high-speed rail from California to Brooklyn? How much money do you think it would take? He's already at $240 billion. At that rate, oh, by the way, with no track laid, at $240 billion. How much do you think it would cost? Huh? $1 trillion to get to Denver. That's right. Their relationship to the free market economics would have no one left to tax, which again is what I am hoping for. This sounds crazy, but forgive me. Because I know you were saying, it's like, Reese, you really, really wish for that? Yeah, I do. Let me explain. There must be a state, and I think it's going to be New York. There must be a state where the wealthiest of the wealthiest say, no, I'm gone. We're out. Time to leave. And they go, an Atlas shrugged moment. They just get up and go, that's it. Screw these people. Nope. You know, I want every person to be housed just as much as the next guy. I'm about as liberal as they get, man. I want to feed the hungry. I want to help the poor. I want to save the kids in Nuck too. I do. I don't care who they are. I want to save them. But I can't be taxed like this anymore. I can't see 60% of my money going to the government and people are still homeless on the street. I can't have 60% of my income going to the government and I still can't take the subway. I can't open up the newspaper every day and find out another kid has been made to join a gang and been shot in the face. I cannot have 60% of my pay go to a city that is turning it more and more into Detroit. Can't do it. I've got to go. Please tell me the town that is doing something with my tax dollars. What's that? In Texas? Where? Honey? Grab the furs. That's what's going to happen. And I want to see it. I want to see every one of them leave. I want to see every influential billionaire in New York say to every other influential billionaire in New York and say, hey, it's time to go. Leave them to themselves. They need a lesson. And those people who are the George Jeffersons of the world, as George would call them, the thousandaires. Those are the people who make hundreds of thousands of dollars, no longer are millionaires or billionaires. Those people would be the ones that would see 40, 50, 60% of their wages taken because, you know, when you can't take the wealthiest people, you take those you have. And then those people say, Wheezy, grab your fur. It's time to go. That's what's going to happen. And I can't wait. I dream about it all the time. I need these kids to see that in real time and ask themselves, how did this happen? And I say, we let you implement socialism your way. You know, the socialism that you said has never been done correctly ever in time that we warned you about? Socialism's never worked. Yes, but it's never been implemented here. Okay, it's implemented here. How's it going? This sucks. Deal with it. I know it sounds mean, but I want it to burn to the ground. It's got to happen. What did Vision say in Age of Ultron? Just because it's beautiful doesn't mean that it lasts. And New York used to be beautiful. And it's a hellscape now. It's got to go. It's got to go away. It's just done with. Its usefulness, it's over, its beauty, its pageantry, its zip code. It's meaningless now. With the building of skyscrapers everywhere across the country, if not the world, everywhere can be New York. Anywhere can be New York. Come on, that's what Frank Sinatra said. If I can make it here, I can make it anywhere. Same thing goes for New York. If I can make a New York here, I can make it anywhere. Hell, I can make it in Kansas. Every place is someplace. People live there. I say to myself all the time, how do people live in Buffalo? They get lake effect snow. It starts snowing in August out there. How do they live there? And they will tell you, I love it. How do you live in Green Bay, Wisconsin? They go, I love it there. But the snow and the cold, it's like sub-degree temperature. How do you do it? Oh, it's the best, they tell me. They do. They live in it. And they couldn't think of it. To them, the Empire State Building is Lambeau Field, man. And they love it. And they never leave. New York could be anywhere you want it to be. I'm still trying to figure out how people live in Indianapolis. I've been there. It's really, really not a place to be. But they love it. They do. And they'll never leave. So some places just have to go. Just erase that zip code. We do that here in the United States. A town becomes so absolutely obsolete, they just erase it out of the zip code book. Shh. It's gone. What was that movie called with Frances McDormand, where she becomes it's called Nomad. The opening line in the movie is this caption on the screen talking about the town that her fictional character is from. And the reason why she ended up living in her van was because the town, after the recession, was so bad that the zip code was wiped off the map. It no longer existed. That's going to have to happen to New York. You don't see the progression? Like the mayors, we had Giuliani, which now you guys have made a laughingstock, right? That guy's a clown to you. But imagine what it was. When Giuliani came in, it was a ish hole. Before Giuliani was there under Mayor Dinkins, because you had to have a black mayor. You had to have him. It was absolute horror to live in New York under Dinkins. Racial tension, blight, the whole 9 yards. No confidence. Giuliani comes in, law and order. Beautifies 42nd Street, which was a drug den, a porn strip, prostitution, drugs, fake IDs, the whole nine. Criminal alley. Beautifies it. And the community hated it when he did it. He made it all Disney. He made it all corporate. I want the old 42nd Street back. You mean the crime, the drugs, the violence? Yeah, it was authentic then. Animals, all of you. And then Giuliani's gone, and he does the biggest mistake ever. He gives it to Bloomberg, and then Bloomberg does the one thing that I know is going to turn the whole city around. He starts managing big gulps. They don't even have 7-Elevens. He starts managing big gulps. The consumption of big gulps, I knew it was going downhill ever since then. Can't smoke in Times Square. Just smoking. Can't smoke in the street. Overregulation goes from him to de Blasio to Eric Adams. And now look what you got now. As Roseanne calls him, moron calmed on me. You got to burn it down. I mean that figuratively. Just got to go away. They don't like it anymore. It isn't what it used to be. I know I hear people all the time say, hey, I'm going to New York, man, for vacation. Good luck. Good luck. Bubble wrap your kids. Yeah, have that thing. You know, it's like the big giant plastic bubble that they put you in where you can walk on the lake with, or they run into each other and bounce off. You got to put your kid in one of those things. Good luck. Yeah, that's what it's turned into. That's what it is. I feel bad. She calls him Mad Money. But yeah, it's got to be over. You have to get rid of it. Let me go to I'll take Bob. Bob. Hello, Bob. How are you?
Reese, how you doing, buddy? Great show.
Thank you, man.
Hey, I don't know if you have ever heard this, but you watch the TV and you have these commercials for Eversource.
Yeah.
At the end of the commercial, it says, this commercial is paid for by the public energy charge on your electric bill.
Oh, the public benefit charge on your electric bill.
That's the one. Yep.
That's insanity. I've got a great story about that, and I'm going to talk about later on in the show, because you know one of the green energy companies that was involved with your tax dollars, your rate payers, your rate pay, actually has now gone bankrupt, and there's a big scandal behind it.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yep.
So, and the other one too is, talk about double taxation.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have to, every 2 years, we have to have take our cars to emissions in Connecticut.
Okay.
Okay. Well, when you register your car, you have to pay another clean air fee.
What?
Yes.
Even though you're getting your emissions checked, and that is a fee.
Right. You have to pay clean air fee with your registration.
How much is the clean air fee? I'm keeping mine in Texas.
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Now that I know, then I'll definitely look it up. They always find a way to nickel and dime. That's why I said, look, with this argument about the gas prices from Donald Trump, I'm going, and no word from the public benefits charge here in the state, and we're talking about a good third of your overall bill is going to stuff that you're not using.
No.
Yeah.
No. It's paying for them to advertise to tell you how good they are and how much good they're doing.
That's the reason why I wait for every one of these politicians to get on the microphone and talk about gas prices, knowing damn well they sit here while they vote for more and more of that excess in your tax dollars that's going to their green boondoggle, and say nothing about that. It's absolutely insane. Thank you, buddy. Bob, I appreciate you.
All right, Reese, thanks, buddy.
You got it, man. You guys are, you guys don't have a lot to stand on here, folks. God bless you and all. I know that you need that one up on Donald Trump, but I don't think you've earned it. It's 2026. How long have we seen the gas prices go up? What's it been 6-7 weeks now? 6-7 weeks? Yeah. Not yet. Give me. No, I'm not even going to say it. I'm not going to say it. We got to take a break. We'll come back. More news, more views. I'll take some more of your phone calls when we return. And speaking of what Bob just talked about, this public benefits charge and the company that went bankrupt, that got your money, and what they said about that organization just in 2024 before it went bankrupt will blow your mind. We'll return. It's Reese on the radio.
Join the Hartford Symphony Orchestra May 8th through the 10th for Mozart and Mendelssohn at the Bushnell in Hartford. Under the direction of music director Carolyn Kwan, the concert begins with Anna Klein's vibrant Color Field, a contemporary tribute inspired by abstract art. Then you'll be captivated by HSO's principal clarinetist Sang-Won Lee, performing Mozart's Clarinet Concerto. Our musical journey concludes in the majestic landscapes of Scotland with Mendelssohn's Scottish Symphony. For tickets, call 860-987-5900 or visit hartfordsymphony.org.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at EnduranceWarranty.com. Auto repair bills are through the roof. $3,000 to replace the transmission. $4,000 for a blown engine. And if your manufacturer's warranty is expired, you'll have to cover it all out of pocket. You need an Endurance Auto Protection Plan. No matter what the mileage, if your car is under 20 years old, Endurance can get you covered on the engine, electrical system, transmission, AC, drivetrain, and more. Endurance has plans for any budget. Repairs can be done at the certified mechanic of your choice, and they're paid directly with no middleman. Plans cover 24/7 roadside assistance, towing, battery jumps, fuel deliveries, tire changes, lockout services, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Act now and get our elite benefits, including complete tire care and key fob replacement. A $2,000 value at no extra cost. With Endurance, you could never pay for covered auto repairs again, so call now for your free quote. Call 800-253-6203. 800-253-6203. 800-253-6203.
Get a head start to your day with WTIC News Talk 1080. Listen to us live on the Odyssey app before you even hit the road. Get the breakdown on the biggest news stories that Connecticut is talking about. To get started, download the Odyssey app and search for WTIC News Talk 1080. And now, a WTIC news update.
63 degrees at 3:30. I'm John Silva. Curtains come down on the 2026 session of the General Assembly. Governor Lamont, in a wrap-up news conference today, said he was generally pleased that local cities and towns got some more money in the state budget. Did say, though, he was disappointed the cell phone ban in classrooms did not get out of the Senate, adding that he thinks it will pass next year. Man's dead after state police say he drove a pickup truck into a house last night in East Killingly. According to troopers, 42-year-old Matthew Sherman of Foster, Rhode Island, hit the home on Hartford Pike just after 10 p.m. Sherman hit several mailboxes and a sign before striking the home. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Investigators say Sherman failed to negotiate a curb prior to that crash. Israel with more deadly strikes.
The lead negotiator has died after being wounded by an Israeli strike on Gaza. Officials say another Israeli strike killed 3 Hamas security forces. Israel has continued to carry out regular strikes against what it says are military targets. Since a U.S. brokered ceasefire halted major military operations in October, Israel also says it killed 3 Hezbollah militants in a strike on the southern suburbs of Beirut. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
A child was struck by a vehicle in North Haven this morning. Police say the collision occurred on St. John Street. The injury said to be non-life-threatening. The driver did remain at the scene but was ticketed for passing a stopped school bus. A note Jeffrey Epstein's former cellmate claimed he found after the financier's first jail suicide attempt has been made public after it had been sealed and locked in a courthouse vault for nearly 5 years as part of an unrelated legal dispute. WTIC News time is 3:32. Here's the forecast.
Breezy the remainder of this afternoon. Sunshine and occasional clouds. High is 63. Partly to at times mostly cloudy tonight. The overnight low of 42. Partly sunny tomorrow. Breezy tomorrow afternoon. High 61. On the chilly side tomorrow night, increasing cloudiness and a low of 40. Heading into the weekend, cloudy and cool Saturday with periods of rain. At high at just 55. Warmer weather returning on Sunday, Mother's Day, as sunshine mixing with some clouds, high 73. We do expect a couple of showers in the area Sunday night with a low of 47. Cloudy and cooler on Monday with periods of rain, mostly during the morning and midday hours. Rain tapering off later Monday, high 57. Tuesday, partly sunny and on the cool side with a high of 61 degrees, mostly cloudy. On Wednesday, there could be showers in the area with an afternoon high of 62 degrees. Showers will likely move out of the area later Wednesday night and Thursday of next week. I'm meteorologist Bob Larson of the WTIC Weather Center.
Half hour before the close, markets still running in the red this afternoon. The Dow's down 327 points, S&P down 34, NASDAQ down 69. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Tech, sponsored by University of Maryland Global Campus.
A new study from Bank of America Global Research found that about 1 in 4 jobs worldwide have been affected by AI, with high-income economies seeing 1 in 3 jobs impacted. The report, however, says that fears of widespread job losses may be overstated, saying technological disruption has historically led to the creation of new roles over time, citing the Industrial Revolution and the advent of the Internet. I'm Jason Brooks.
In today's fast-moving job market, staying ahead means keeping your skills sharp. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we help keep your capabilities cutting edge with our skills-based education programs designed to move your career forward. Explore more than 135 degrees and certificates in business, cybersecurity, and more. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start May 13th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
Brian Shackman here for Allaire Elder Law. Listen, my wife and I, we have no plans for the next phase of our life, and we were freaked out. And you know what? I had interviewed attorney Haley Allaire before. I just said to my wife, let's sit down with her and her team and see how it goes. And, you know, whether you need estate planning, power of attorney, wills, trust, probate, whatever it was, we sat down, we went over our options, and we had this collective exhale that immediately really made us feel better. You want to feel that and be prepared for your future? AlairElderlaw.com. Again, ALLAIRE elderlaw.com.
There's a new kind of energy at Starbucks. When your day needs a reset, try the all-new energy refreshers. Strawberry acai, mango dragon fruit, or the all-new mango strawberry. The refreshers you love, now with extra caffeine. New energy refreshers, only at Starbucks.
Have you ever felt like you were living just a B or B plus life? It's so dangerous to live that, more dangerous than a B minus or a C plus life, because when you're living a B or B plus life, you don't change it. You think it's good enough. Is it? I'm Susie Welch. I host a podcast called Becoming You. People think, okay, an A plus life is not available to me, but there is a way. We are all in the process of becoming ourselves. Listen to Becoming You wherever you get your podcasts.
Brian Shackman here for Serta Pro Painters. It's time. We're about to go to springtime, and the spring sales event could get you 10% off qualifying projects through May the 15th. And Serta Pro, those folks are awesome. They're independently owned and operated right here in our community. They did my kitchen. They were there on time. The estimate was excellent, and they did, by the way, a great job. Serta Pro Painters. Schedule your free estimate online at certapro.com. That's Serta with a C.
Sale ends soon. Don't wait.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Dial pound law.
Nicholas Russo, 157 Church Street, New Haven, 06510.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-358-6868. That's 800-358-6868. Again, 800-358-6868.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Hey, here's your friendly neighborhood Reese on the radio. Right now on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
Hey, we are back. It is debate night on WTIC. Make sure you join us this evening on the air and on YouTube at WTIC 1080 to find it there. And, yeah, it's a whole bunch of stuff going on tonight. Betsy McCoy, Ryan Fazio, both of them will be there, as will Morgan Cunningham and Brian Shackman, myself, and the team, WTIC. So it'll be fun. It'll be at least, I want to say, about 160 people in the crowd. So a good amount of folks there. Don't forget to show up early if you want to grab something to eat or drink at Stadium 15. They will be open for service. There's a happy hour at 5. p.m. I haven't heard from Dana, but he's trying, at least, well, we'll find out about it. See if he can actually set something up. He said he would let me know. But he would love for you to come and check out the place and see if it will be someplace you might be interested in coming to on your own. And Stadium 15 is a great place. And brought to you by our good friends at AARP Connecticut. Must remember that. So every Eversource and United Illuminating customer pays what's called a public benefits charge. You know it. Everybody on the God's green earth in Connecticut knows about it. Statewide, the charge now tops about $1 billion a year. That's up sharply from the $450 million just 5 years ago. Eversource alone collects up to $800 million annually from its customers for these mandated programs. Out of that, the Connecticut Green Bank receives approximately $24 to $26 million per year in ratepayer funding. That's the slice dedicated to its clean energy and efficiency work. It's not the entire public benefits charge, but it's real money. Mandatory charges on every bill used to make loans, offer incentives, and partner with private companies. The question that everyone is asking lately is, how many of those Green Bank partners are failing or going bankrupt? Well, the answer so far primarily is it's a company called Posigen. Posigen is a residential solar leasing company focused on low to moderate income households. It was a flagship partner in the Connecticut Green Bank Solar for All program from 2015 to 2021. The Green Bank loaned Posigen roughly $56 million across multiple facilities. After Posigen, if that's what it's called, filed for after Posigen filed for bankruptcy in November of 2025, just a couple of months ago. The Green Bank sued in federal court to recover the $22 million that was still outstanding. That debt sits in subordinated position behind a much larger $600 million senior loan from Wall Street giant Brooksfield Assets Management. In bankruptcy, the Green Bank is far back in line to recover the money that they're supposed to get back or want to get back. Critics, including the ratepayer watchdog group known as Ratepayer Action Connecticut, called it a $30 million effective loss tied to ratepayer-backed capital. Where all of this appears irregular, a key figure in the Posigen story is Ben Healy. He was the Green Bank Director of Energy Finance until August of 2018. He left to briefly run Inclusive Property Capital, a nonprofit the Green Bank itself created, then joined Posigen in February of 2019 as an executive. He helped secure major financing for Posigen while the Green Bank continued extending credit. Board minutes showed that Green Bank kept approving extensions, upsizes, and even additional participants into 2024, right up to the edge of the distress. The Green Bank says proper ethic reviews were done and no ratepayer dollars were directly lost because they used investment returns. But the agency itself runs on those mandatory public benefit charges. So money is fungible, and the $22 to $30 million hole reduces future lending power. Now, I've looked up other companies on this. There's no other company out there that's dealing with this stress as of yet. That could all change. We're checking into Fuel Cell Energy. They've got multiple loans, but they are tied up in Navy bases, a Navy base in Groton and in Derby. They're still operating. There are other companies like Inclusive Prosperity Capital, or known as IPC. That's a Green Bank spinoff. They remain okay. But the Green Bank's own numbers paint a success story on paper. Since 2011, it claims to have mobilized over $3 billion in total green investment by leveraging public dollars at ratios $6.70 to $8.60 in private capital per public dollar. It points to tens of thousands of job years created and reduced energy costs in over 75,000 families and businesses. Are you seeing those? I don't think anybody is. The problem with the post-gen issue is that everyone had to know that it was on the verge of bankruptcy. Why? Simple. Who were they giving them money for? Who are the people they were giving them money for? Low income and middle income homes. There was not going to be any payoff there. You have to sell a product. You're selling it for dirt cheap. And you're being funded. How can you exist? You don't really sell anything. You practically give it away. You don't survive unless you follow the market. And charitable organizations only do so well if they keep receiving charity. And this is a business receiving charitable donations, if you will, through the Connecticut Green Bank. To do what? To promote more green energy in homes. And I've talked to plenty of people about this, especially I have a good friend of ours who used to do this, who used to be in sales for solar panels. And he would say often that he would go to these families who could afford solar panels. And he used that term, could afford solar panels. And he would look at their numbers of what their bills were for electric versus going into solar. And he would notice that there would be a net loss for them to go into solar and leave energy. And he would tell them right off the bat. His bosses, on the other hand, would yell at him because they would say leaving money on the table. But he could not ethically get somebody to leave the grid and go on to solar only for those folks to spend more money. You're probably asking yourself, spend more money? I thought it was supposed to save you money. No. And anybody who has solar panels, by the way, they say it to me all the time. They go, no, it isn't. Yes, after you've paid it off. Once you've paid it off, sure, you start saving money. But how long down the road is that? How much is a solar panel on your home? At least, like, in order for your house to be sustainable, how much does it cost? It's the price of a car in some cases. It is a car payment. And if you're doing it for low-income households, who's paying for that? Who is? That's the part I don't understand. Jim has been on hold for a while. How you doing, Jim?
That's debatable. I'll tell you what. That's the whole premise of your show. You got to debate, right?
That's right.
I'll tell you what. Every home in America draws energy on any appliance that could be off.
That's right.
I'm not talking about a refrigerator. I'm talking about just a bunch of other stuff.
Yes.
I won't get into all the details.
You can describe it because that's an important thing to know. You can have something plugged in that you would call essentially off, but what they call it is called vampire usage.
Yes, it's a draw. That's correct. It's ghost power.
Right.
And that makes your meter spin, and I'd like to know how much EverSource gets on that, because I know they have to track it because the meter does it.
That's right.
And the point I'm trying to make is that alone can be stopped by a couple of simple devices, which you used to be able to get.
Right.
And you no longer can get. So unless you're in the field, and I'm not in the field, so I'm not going to try to explain it.
Right.
The point I'm trying to make is you could save the consumer right there by providing that source to those people.
Yeah.
You know, to me or you or anybody else.
Yeah, I almost feel like I have to go through the house and unplug everything every day, right?
And right. Well, no, even that doesn't work. But you've got to plug it now. Years ago, it used to be plug it into a strip.
Right.
Turn the strip off at night. And that doesn't solve the problem 100% either. The point I'm trying to make is that's an easy fix for a $4 part, and I'm not sure what it is.
Right.
And of course, there's engineering behind, but also it was an old school thing.
Right.
And yet that's an easy thing nobody has to do.
Interesting.
And
I will look into that.
The other thing I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm saying I'm going to look into that. But go ahead, what was your other point?
Now, the other point is, which I wanted to open up, was real simple. I want every single politician right now who's screaming about socialism being done the right way in this country to just run down to Cuba, because you're going to have an opportunity to do it very soon, because there's going to be a deal made with Cuba.
Right.
And American business and finance is going to roll in there. I want every single politician to get down there and fix Cuba. Fix it.
Yeah.
Show me how you're going to do it. Because we've got Cuba in New York concerning rent.
Sure do.
We've got Cuba in California for across a variety of subjects.
Yeah.
And we can go on and on with it. But the bottom line is, go down there. Show me where I'm wrong and how it works. And then tell me you can fix it in Cuba.
Or just, I would say, build off what they already have. You know what I mean?
and then, yes, that's and the last thing, if I might.
Yeah.
When Tommy screams and hollers about landlords not fixing their buildings, he wants to take them over. Somebody should tell Mondavi that, hey, listen, buddy, New York's got 8,000 empty apartments they can't fix.
Yep.
They can't fix them. But they want to establish those rules to private landlords who can't afford to fix them because they can't get a rent, and then tell me that the city of New York's going to come in and fix the problem for them. They can't fix their own property.
That's right.
In any way, shape, or form. You want to help? You want to help? Do what you do with everybody else. Why don't you give them some money?
Hey, I hope that he gets what he wants when they take over properties that the landlord no longer wants to lower the rates on. They just commandeer them, like season production, the means of production like he claims. I hope the city takes every one of those places on, because then we will definitely see Escape from New York.
17 or 18,000 empty rentals in New York,
yeah,
owned by three different sets of people.
Yeah.
Right? Why?
Exactly.
You can't even expand on it. That's all I
exactly.
got.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
You got it. Let's take a break. We'll be back. More news, more views when we return. It's debate night on WTIC. We'll return. It's Reese on the radio.
Hi, I'm Joe with SimpleSaleUSA.com, and I buy houses cash. If you own a house and want to sell it fast at a fair price, call me at 203-896-4000. I can pay cash and close in as little as 7 days. I buy houses in any condition, any price range, and more importantly, anywhere in Connecticut. I'm a private real estate investor who buys several houses a month, and I want to buy more. I buy inherited houses, divorce houses, behind in payment houses. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Do you own a house that is trash and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, because I love buying junk houses. I buy vacant houses, abandoned houses, condemned houses, and even foreclosure houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast, call me at 203-896-4000. That's 203-896-4000. 203-896-4000.
New treatments for joint pain are here. By now you've heard about regenerative medicine. If you're wondering if you're a good candidate, answer these questions. First, does chronic pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, or other joints keep you from doing the things you enjoy? Golfing, jogging, time with the family. Does it hurt doing the things you need to do, like getting out of bed, sleeping, working, and walking? And finally, do you want to avoid surgery and all of the pain, long recovery, and uncertainty that comes with it? If you answered yes to any of those, you need to call QC Kinetics now. Learn about exciting advancements in regenerative treatments that can give you long-lasting pain relief with no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. Get your free consultation today. Call QC Kinetics. That's QC Kinetics. Here's the phone number.
Call now, 860-440-PAIN. That's 860-440-PAIN. QC Kinetics, 860-440-PAIN.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
It's Reese on the radio on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
All right. We are going to be doing the second half of the show in a little bit. We've got a whole bunch of stuff to get into. As I said, it's debate night on WTIC. We'll preview that as well. For those of you who will be there tonight, get there early, 5 o'clock for happy hour at Stadium 15. You can check out the facilities. They've got virtual reality rooms there. You can check those out, from everything from football to hockey to soccer to golf even. They've even got golf clubs there. You have a virtual reality golf place there for those of you who do like the golf. That's there. They have 2 exclusive rooms there for that. One that's in the main hall and another one that's over to the rear of the restaurant. Also, there's food, appetizers, drinks as well. So if you want to go there and have dinner before the debate, please go and check it out. Dana and Pete would be happy to serve you. So take a moment to get there. And I will be arriving roughly about 6:30. I'm going to get out of here immediately after, go home, change, and then show up and be raring to go. So I got to do a whole bunch of prep stuff. So that should be interesting. And by the way, if you're just joining us, I said the only thing that we were missing from this is a theme song. And yours truly always delivers.
Swing, a minute can shake the whole damn thing. From Texas to schools to what comes next. They want that room to feel that text. The cameras roll, the stakes stay high. No sleep, walking down, no easy lie. If you want that seat, you earn that night. You stand on facts, you stand up right. Talk your truth, hold your ground. Raise that hand, don't back down. Set the tone, cut it clear. November's waiting, bring it here. It's debate night on WTIC. It's debate night on WTIC. Betsy and Ryan, take a shot. It's debate night on WTIC.
Make sure you join us live tonight. You can go to right here, listening on your car or your radio, or go to WTIC.com. It'll be broadcasting live there. And if you can watch it, if you want to watch it, you got to go to YouTube and go to @WTIC 1080 to watch it live. All right, so stand by for that. Let's get our first check of weather and traffic. Mark Christopher is in the building, or at least in his own building, but he's here. He's in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. Hey, Mark.
Hey, Reese, thank you very much. Good afternoon to you, and good afternoon, everyone. Well, if you are traveling on the eastbound side of I-84 right now, you're going to see delays coming into downtown Hartford. About a mile before 46th Avenue down to the Bulkley Bridge, we have an accident now east of the river between exit 58 and 59, and DOT is reporting that accident in the center lane there, so definitely use a little bit of caution there. If you're traveling on the westbound side of 84, looks like we have an accident now between exit 58 and 57, and that accident, let's see here, that looks like it's in the left 2 lanes there. So stay to the right as you approach the 5 and 15 exit. After that, you got delays again, 56 Governor Street out to 47 Sigourney. If you're traveling southbound 91, delays 35 in Windsor down to 32 A and B. Again, another bump down by exit 23 in Rocky Hill. Northbound 91's a little slow by 22 in the Route 9 interchange. 2 westbound tight from 1D up to the 84 West merge. Heading into Middletown right now, 9 northbound delays Harbor Park up to the Aragoni Bridge. If you're heading toward Waterbury, 84 eastbound is slowing, approaching 17 up to the Mixmaster. Again, some sluggish traffic, 26 down to the 691 interchange. Westbound 84 in Cheshire, slowing 26 up to the Mixmaster in Waterbury. Southbound Parkway delays from 51 down into the West Rock Tunnel. Traffic and weather together on the 8th. WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
The rest of today is sunshine and patchy clouds, high 63. Partly cloudy this evening, turning out mostly cloudy overnight with a low of 42. Intervals of clouds and sun tomorrow, breezy tomorrow afternoon, high 61. Increasing cloudiness tomorrow night, low 40. Cloudy and cool on Saturday with periods of rain and a high of 55. Warmer on Sunday, Mother's Day, sunshine and some clouds and a high up to 73. I'm meteorologist Bob Larson of the WTIC Weather Center.
This is WTIC News Talk 1080 with Brian and Company in the morning, Reese on the radio in the afternoon, and news around the clock. WTIC and WTIC FM HD2 Hartford and Odyssey Station.
It's 4 o'clock. Good afternoon. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News. Governor Lamont is looking back at the recently concluded legislative session and looking ahead to a summer of campaigning. More from WTIC's Dave Mager.
The governor was asked what the results of the 4-month session mean for his re-election campaign.
I think promises kept and promises delivered.
He touts an 8th straight balanced budget, more aid for towns and cities, and the elimination of most of the public benefits charge on electric bills.
I think people know, where we come from and what we got to do going forward. Continue to bring down energy prices, continue to build out housing. We built more in the last year. We had the biggest increase of new housing permits of any state in the country.
He says the state has done well to cover for federal cuts, but he also worries like hell about the impact of the big federal budget bill signed last July 4th and its cuts to Medicaid, SNAP, and much more. Dave Mager, WTIC 1080 News.
Betsy Gara, the executive director of COST, the Council of Small Governments, says additional money in the revised budget will go a long way toward mitigating costs on the local level, including increases in education.
But the language that was adopted seemed to prohibit that. We're very fortunate that lawmakers agreed to fix that issue, to provide clear direction to municipal leaders that they can go ahead and move ahead with property tax relief without any concern that would be challenged.
World health officials are trying to downplay concerns of the hantavirus on a cruise ship. The WHO's Maria van Kerkhove.
This is not SARS-CoV-2. This is not the start of a COVID pandemic. This is an outbreak that we see on a ship. There's a confined area. We have 5 confirmed cases so far. The actions that are being taken on board are precautionary to prevent any onward spread.
Some passengers have been evacuated and the ship is headed to the Canary Islands. President Trump says the war in Iran could end quickly, but as Natalie Brand reports, there's still a lot to iron out in the latest proposal.
This is by no means a finalized agreement. Axios is reporting that it would start with a 1-page memorandum of understanding to end the conflict and then begin the clock on more detailed negotiations on the key issues such as nuclear. That's been the president's #1 stated goal, that Iran cannot obtain a nuclear weapon.
One man is dead following a crash last evening in Killingly. Police say Matthew Sherman of Foster, Rhode Island, ran his pickup truck into a house on Hartford Pike. He died at the scene. No one was inside. That investigation is ongoing. President Trump says goods from the European Union will face higher tariff rates if the 27-member bloc fails to approve last year's trade framework by July 4th. Trump's announcement on social media appears to be a deadline extension after the president said last Friday that EU autos would face a tariff 25% higher starting this week. It's called the Stamp Out Hunger Food Drive, and the National Association of Letter Carriers has been doing it since 1993 on the second Saturday in May. This year is no different. The union is asking customers to place bags of non-perishable food near their mailboxes. The carrier then collects the food, and it is then distributed to local food pantries. Shawnee Butler has been a letter carrier for 22 years, now working in East Hartford.
Every year, so we're trying to,
get the more customers to participate in the Stamp Out Hunger food drive.
Yeah, Butler says many more people are being impacted by inflation and higher costs for groceries, leading them to turn to food banks for assistance when they ordinarily would not. Wall Street, the Dow down 313 points, the NASDAQ down 32, S&P down 28. For these stories and more, go to WTIC.com. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News.
Many of you know that my inspiration for becoming an accident attorney was my brother Tim, who was rendered a quadriplegic at age 18. I didn't know what a personal injury lawyer was or what they did, but I soon did. Tim was treated terribly by the insurance company, and I became enraged. It was a constant delay and deny. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Tim later worked with me for 27 years. Last year, my hero died at age 65. You can see my eulogy for him by visiting mybrothertim.com. He was one hell of a man. Because of Tim, together we built the largest injury firm in the world, and our clients are treated the way I would want my family to be treated. At Morgan & Morgan, nobody is a nobody and everybody is a somebody. If you need our help, visit forthepeople.com on your phone or computer. See you soon, Tim. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Injured? Dial pound law.
Nicholas Russo, 157 Church Street, New Haven, 06510.
Reese is on the radio. Here we go now. He's on the radio. One time, he's on the radio. Give it to him now. He's on the radio. We never finish 'cause the party don't stop. The way we consider politics, we on top. We flip it like sandals, except we never flop. And when we drop, you know we gon' pop. Reese is on the radio. Here we go now. Reese is on the radio. One time, come on. Reese is on the radio. Give it to him now. Reese is on the radio.
All right, second half of Reese on the Radio coming up. Debate night on WTIC tonight. Betsy McCoy, Ryan Fazio vying to go up against Ned Lamont this November. But I want to give a shout out if I could. Let me take a moment to do it. So I shouldn't say that I don't like to. It's just I don't. Because I move around so much, I don't get an opportunity to make my way to like the barbershop. I'm a bald head guy. I could do that at home and do the whole thing. But because tonight is so important, I really wanted the beard to look really, really tight. Like I really wanted to look professional. And I want to thank the gentleman over at the Barber Life in New Britain. Lewis in particular. Lewis was the one who shaped me up yesterday. Barbershops are weird in the sense that it is the ground level of what's going on in the neighborhood. And this barbershop was no different. And it was well lit. And they took, how do I say this? They had hot towels. I mean, what are you going to say? What are you going to say? It's a pro outfit. And I know that they're moving. I know they're moving to another spot. I can't wait to see the new spot. But when I left there, and again, like I said, I hadn't been to a barbershop since I lived in Virginia a couple of years ago. And when I was in Texas, I just didn't know where to go. And I don't mean to say, it's just that you don't know where you're going to fit in. But I fit in immediately in this place. I want to give them a shout out just to say thank you. The Barber Life in New Britain. It was a great place to go. Mark Christopher, he's in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. How often do you go to the barbershop, if you do at all? I mean, is it only like
you're
special?
Not going to like this. You're not going to like this answer.
No, the honest answer. Because you might be like me.
Well, I go to the woman who cuts my wife's hair.
Okay.
She cuts my hair.
Well, you have longer hair.
Every 5 weeks.
Every 5 weeks?
Yeah, every 5 weeks.
That's more than I go, Mark.
Really?
It is. It's way more than I go. I'm lucky if I go to a barbershop twice a year because I'm bald. I have a bald head.
I have a little bit of moss left, which I'm happy about.
Yes.
And I'm also very vain.
Right.
So I get a color, too. So.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
No, that's good to know. I think for me.
I sit under the heater and everything.
I
so.
will never let you live it down.
No, and you shouldn't.
Now
You
when I
should.
see you, I'll go, hello, gorgeous.
Yeah. You know what it is? I still play weddings.
Oh, that's right.
And I'm like an old dude now, and I don't want to show up. It's like, who's the old dude playing the music? So
you got to look proper.
Try to fake him out just a little bit. Reese, if you're heading into Hartford right now and you're on the westbound side of I-84 in East Hartford, looks like we had an accident that's taken out the HOV lane westbound at exit 57. So you've got delays pushing back toward the 384 interchange. Behind that, if you're traveling westbound 84 beyond that, delays 56 Governor Street out to 47 Sigourney. 84 eastbound's tight about a half mile before 46 Sisson Avenue into the tunnel. If you're traveling 91 southbound, delays 35 down to 32 A and B in Hartford. Again, another bump, 23 down to 22 for the Route 9 interchange, and more slow traffic moving by exit 21 in Cromwell. Northbound 91's a little slow, 21 up to 22 in Cromwell. If you're traveling 5 and 15 northbound, delays from I-91 over to Charter Oak Bridge over to the Route 84 East ramp. 2 westbounds tied up, 1D up to the 84 West merge in East Hartford. Middletown, 9 north and southbound slowing at the Aragoni. 84 eastbound, Waterbury tight by 18. Again, slow traffic as you move up on 25 A in Waterbury down to the 691 interchange. Westbound 84 sluggish and stop and go. 691 up to the Mixmaster in Waterbury. Traffic and weather together on the 8's WTIC News Talk 1080.
Brought to you by USPS Ground Advantage.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast.
Pump up the volume.
When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
WTIC weather.
Some sunshine and a cool gusty breeze the rest of today. High 63, increasing clouds tonight with a low of 42. Tomorrow, partial sun, breezy once again during the afternoon. High 61. The clouds return tomorrow night, chilly with a low of 40. Cloudy cool weather as we start the weekend Saturday. Some rain at times, high 55. Much nicer and warmer on Sunday, Mother's Day. Sunshine mixing with some clouds, a high up to 73 degrees. Right now it is 59 degrees in Bristol, 61 in Plymouth, and 62 in Hartford. I'm meteorologist Bob Larson of the WTIC Weather Center.
Join us this Sunday for Tumalo Financial, your go-to for retirement planning and taxes. Tune in to the father-son duo from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. or catch replay from 5 to 6 p.m. Tumalo Financial, retirement planning with integrity on WTIC News Talk 1080. ProHealth Physicians has proudly been keeping Connecticut healthy for nearly 25 years. ProHealth accepts Husky Medicaid, Medicare, TRICARE, and most major insurances. For trusted local care for your whole family, call 1-855-CT-MD-411 or visit ProHealthMD.com.
Life unfolds in ways you can never quite expect. A divorce, a death in the family, a personal injury. Each time you are left searching for someone new to trust. But what if you had a full-service law firm that knows you and a firm that can represent all your legal needs? With BPS Lawyers, you get more than a lawyer. You get a full-service law firm. Visit bpslawyers.com. BPS Lawyers, your lawyers for life. Proud full-service law partner of Yukon Athletics. Nick Payne-Dearis is responsible for the content of this ad.
If you're struggling to hear conversations, TV, or the people you love, now there's an easier, more affordable solution without spending thousands. Audion Hearing makes high-quality, rechargeable hearing aids starting at just $98 with free shipping and dedicated one-on-one support in the comfort of your own home. No doctor's offices, no pressure. Clearer hearing delivered right to your door. Join over 1 million happy customers hearing life more clearly. Visit audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds. And you can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/protect. That's ethos.com/protect. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online.
It's Reese on the radio on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
All right, we are back. Roseanne just came back from the courtroom a little while ago. She's on her way. We're going to probably talk with her about what happened in that courtroom today. We're going to talk about it tomorrow when she's in the studio. Of course, we'll recap the debate and highlights from it. Also, Next week, we will have one of the mothers whom we spoke to on the air sometime next week on the program to talk about this event as she has dealt with it for the past, I want to say, year now, as she's gone through it. Next week, we do have a list of guests, which I do not have in front of me. Now I'm looking at this. I'm just going, they're not even here. But Saturday, I am going to be on Morgan Cunningham's show to recap the debate as well, because he'll be there tonight asking questions of the candidates, Ryan and Betsy. And I didn't see this until Morgan called me or texted me yesterday and said, hey, would you come on the show on Saturday to recap the debate? I was like, sure, absolutely. And I look on my calendar, and it says here, I can't believe it. I hadn't even thought of it. May 9th is Saturday, Roland. Do you know why that date is significant to Reese on the radio? Not at all? You couldn't? Not, well, the Mother's Day is the next day. It's on Sunday, the 10th. But May 9th, the significance of it is it was my first day at WTIC 4 years ago, Saturday. Is that wild? Who would have thunk it's been that long?
Yeah, it goes by fast.
It does. I'm like, 4 years?
Yeah. You came a couple months before I got here.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, because I'm October, you're May.
Yeah.
4 years, it'd be 4 years, October for me.
Wow. That's
Yep,
insanity.
That. And somehow we end up together.
We end up together, right? Isn't that weird? Goodness gracious. It was like, Michael B says, I listened that day too. I'm like, I would have never, ever thought it was like 4 years. I'm going, wow. And I've been a lot of places.
Yeah, but just think about, it's funny because my boys say all the time, Ro, we think you secretly smoke weed. I'm like, no, I don't.
Why?
Because I'm always asking, I guess, questions that people ask when they're high. So I never knew that. I just thought I was just being curious.
Yeah, right?
And asking questions like, what had to line up in your life for you to make it to TIC on your first day?
Wow.
And what had to line up in my life to come a couple months later and then end up us working together?
Yeah, that is.
Think about all the things that had to happen.
Yeah.
In my life and your life for us to end up right here.
Because you know what? I don't know if you're like me. There's no such thing as coincidences to me.
Yeah.
And it's wild. We were saying this is, and if I may, just to throw a little race in here, but not in a controversial sense like I do all the time. I think you noticed it. I think it may have been you who mentioned it. If not you, someone else did. So our sister station, Hot 93.7, as I like to call them, they were celebrating their 25th anniversary.
Yep.
And there were people who were showing up who used to work for Hot 93.
Yep, me was one of them.
Yeah, and right, and yourself. So they walked by here. They're all, we're right by the entrance of the door when you walk in. So they're all coming in to celebrate. Some of them are DJ guest spinning and all that other stuff, or the DJ or guest DJing in the room, sort of bringing it back Nostalgia Day. And they're all walking through, and they see Roland in the control booth and me inside the studio broadcasting live. And every one of the people at Hot 93.7 were going, the black eyes over at the AM station.
Yeah.
They all had the same thing. Like they couldn't believe that we were here.
And not over there.
Yeah, and not exactly. Which shows so much change in this sort of news, in a way, I guess news talk works and has worked. It is, for me, and I got to tell you, this is the reason why it's so important. I never imagined myself here. I always imagined myself over there.
Yeah.
And just because of the way I was brought up, what I learned musically, what I was into, I'm a failed rapper, as I like to say, who wanted to be in hip-hop so bad. I lived and breathed that music, but at the same time, politics were my passion. So I'll never forget, my second wife was the person who said to me, you are built for AM radio. And I thought, no, I'm not. I'm a baseball cap hip-hop loving guy. She goes, but you know everything about politics. I'm going, yeah, but nobody's going to take me seriously on AM. Like, no one is. And she says, okay, you'll see. And I'll never forget when I got the call from our former sister station up in Boston. And they said, hey, come out by an audition. And everybody was like, I like this guy. And I'm like, really? I've got a future in this? And this is, I never would, again, Rush being my hero, but there are other guys who are in this, like, Scott Shannon. That guy did, as we called, is it called, I guess it would be Hot AC, Z100, right? What did that, or adult contemporary? Yeah. So Scott Shannon was doing comedy morning show stuff. That was before Rush Limbaugh. Scott Shannon was my hero. It still is. I shouldn't say was, but he still is. He was the reason that I was ever introduced to the medium. And he's still one of my mentors in all of this. He is classically the most inspirational person in my life outside of Rush Limbaugh. So to be here, again, starting 4 years, which I thought was going to be niche at best, I'm like, yeah, they'll like me or they'll get over me. As Adam 12 said when he first listened to me on the air and he heard me do Negro nonsense, he called his friend and said, yeah, the guy's great, but they're going to fire his ass. Goes, there's no way he's going to keep that on the radio. It's just that this thing has never been real to me in the way that it has. Like, it wasn't real to me in the beginning when I got into radio. I thought that was going to be the person that I was. It was going to end up being. I was going to be this sort of niche. But I remember somebody told me, what radio do you want to do? And I said, I know what radio I want to do, but I'm not sure I can do it. And they didn't say, try it. They said, do it. Because I think people are going to resonate with you when you're just your authentic self.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. What was a beauty of that is that you and I, we don't know whether or not we're going to work well together in all of that. And you just got it from the get-go. I don't even know whether or not you had any reservations about me in the beginning. It was like, well, I don't know if this guy's going to work.
You know what? I didn't exactly know because I didn't know what you looked like. First of all, when you first started working, you was just remote.
Right, it was just this voice.
Yeah, you was just a voice. I never seen a picture of you or anything. And I didn't even search because I was like, I'll wait till I meet him in person to see. Right. I don't want to get any, look at pictures and get any other ideas of who you are.
Right.
So then when I met you in person, I was like, okay, he's a tall black dude. All right, cool.
But because I know, you've got people that who have listened. I don't know if they still listen, but maybe they do. They may have gone now. But who have said things like, I can't believe that guy says the stuff that he says. And that was one of the things that I was very nervous about being up here in Connecticut, because when I was doing it over at the power station that used to now defunct, when I was doing it over there, it served its purpose. And there was a degree of character building in that, right? I can sort of jab and be funny, but for the shock value, I was sort of injecting my personality, but kind of overplaying it. I was almost a Jim Carrey version of who I am, because the objective was to be absolutely volatile in a respectful way. In other words, wouldn't get FCC violated. And now I'm sitting here just doing what I do in this medium, and I cannot believe every day the fact that I looked at that and went, 4 years ago?
Like that.
Yeah, I'm like, I've been doing this on this station for 4 years. This audience got to know me, watched me grow up on this station, if you will, because that's what I feel like this is me growing up. And we're coming on 4 years, and every day, I hope everybody understands this. Every day I walk into this building, I keep saying, it could be your last. And that's why I bring my all, because I know how fickle this is.
Yeah.
It just is, right? We've seen a lot of people walk out this building.
Yeah, we get cuts, and you just be like, oh, I survived another cut.
And I, I wake up every morning, not that I'm fearful every day I wake up and I'm just going, oh, is this going to be the day the hammer falls? No, I don't really go that way. I do prepare myself for the future of that in a lot of ways, but I walk in here saying to myself, never leave a thing on the table. Every day I leave, I know I do. I say it to myself. My wife says to me every time Roseanne goes, how was the show today? And I go, because it's something I knew that I didn't get to.
Yeah, that's just the
ebb and flow.
No, when you're a person that chases success and greatness,
yeah,
you're gonna nitpick on yourself.
Yeah.
Every little thing, and a lot of things I mess up a lot of times. People won't know, but I know.
Yeah.
So every show to me is like I want to get a perfect show.
Yeah. That's
on
me.
my end.
Yeah, I hear you. When you listen to me, I know that you do this with music because I remember when I used to produce my little rinky-dink rap group. I can hear the flaw that no one else does.
Yeah,
you know, and I will.
And it eats me alive.
It's away, and every time you hear it,
I want to do the whole song. The song is out. Everybody loves it, and I want to do the whole song over because that snap was not supposed to be there.
It's so funny because I used to work when I worked in PR. Just on that front, when I worked in PR, I was a public relations guy for a little known rap group called Camp Low out of the Bronx, and their first album, there's a song that they do with Butterfly from Diggable Planets. You know, I'm Cool Like That.
Yep.
That record.
Is
I'm
it
cool.
Diggable Planets?
Diggable Planets.
Oh, everybody else calls it.
What?
Digital.
It's not Digital Planets. It's Diggable Planets.
It's Diggable Planets.
Yeah, Digital
okay.
Underground is the other one. Yeah, Diggable Planets. Butterfly does a song with Camp Low. But anyway, in that record, there's a screw up. So I got them when they were working on their second album called Let's Do It Again. And we're sitting in the conference room, and I go, hey, do you know there's a mistake on this record with Butterfly from Diggable Planets? And they look at me and they go, what? And I go, yeah, there's a mistake. And I said, what? I said, he's missing a lyric. And I go, no, he's not. I go, listen to it again. And they freaked out. Both of them freaked out. And they played the record right in front of me. And I pointed it to them. And they could never get it. I had to tour with them all the way to Toronto, to Philadelphia, to Chicago. I toured with them for half a year. And they could not get over it. When I pointed out, they were like, how did we miss that? And I was like, you missed that? I'm like, I'm a creator. I know where the mistakes are. So that, they couldn't get over it for the longest. Saladin, who's one of the guys in the group, said, I want to go back and reproduce that record. I'm like, are you kidding me? The album went gold. Leave it alone. It's okay. They were like, yeah, but you should have never told us that. Because I know that kind of idea of perfection. So looking on this 4 years, what I'm saying all of that to point out is to say, I can do one of two things on a daily basis. Go back every day and revisit everything I didn't get to do, or I didn't do, or just push on to do it again the next day.
Yep.
It's difficult sometimes because, like I said, this radio business is fickle. But I want everybody to know that I come in here supercharged. That's why I start the show the way I started off. And I go, yeah, I'm raring to go because once that mic is open, I have 4 hours to be glorious if I can. I mean, that's what it is. Because it's like they haven't cut off the mic yet. So when the mic is on, the mic is on, until they drag me out of here. So that's the reason why I'm always energized. That's the reason why I'm always excited to be here. So coming up on 4 years doesn't seem like a milestone.
Yeah, it is, though.
But it is, right? Yeah.
Especially in radio.
Yeah, it is. So Saturday is my anniversary, and I just want to say to all of you, thank you for giving me the opportunity and staying with me and celebrating this show. It has been fantastic, and I hope to have 4 more if I can. Mark Christopher's back. He's getting you home. He's in the BPS Lawyers Driving Center. Hey, Mark.
All right, Reese, thank you very much. We are still dealing with a crash on the westbound side of I-84, and that is in East Hartford, so look for some delays now as you approach exit 57 in East Hartford. It's in the HOV breakdown lane there on the left side, so look for delays there. Once you get around that, you're going to be slowing again from exit 56 Governor Street out to 45 Flatbush. 84 eastbound slowing a half mile before 46 Sisson Avenue into the tunnel. 91 southbound, look for delays 36 to 35, again 34 down to 32 A and B. If you're traveling 91 southbound, you'll see more slow traffic Rocky Hill into Cromwell, 23 down to 22, and again 19 to 17 in Meriden. Now, if you're traveling on the 2 westbound in East Hartford, delays 1D up to the 84 West merge, 9 northbound slowing Harbor Park up to the Aragoni Bridge, and again 9 northbound is slowing as you approach exit 31 in Berlin. 84 eastbound Waterbury tight 17 to 18. Again from 26 in Cheshire down to the 691 interchange. Westbound 84 slowing from the 691 interchange in Cheshire up to the Mixmaster in Waterbury. Southbound Parkway delays 52 into the West Rock Tunnel. Traffic and weather together on the 8th WTIC News Talk 1080.
Brought to you by NJM Insurance Group.
If you dread dealing with your insurance more than you dread yard work, with a swarm of hungry mosquitoes buzzing around, then you might have Insuranoia. You should have NJM Insurance. They go to great lengths to do what's best for their policyholders.
WTIC weather.
Breezy the rest of today. Sunshine and patchy clouds, high 63. Partly cloudy this evening. Turning out mostly cloudy overnight with a low of 42. Intervals of clouds and sun tomorrow. Breezy tomorrow afternoon, high 61. Increasing cloudiness tomorrow night, low 40. Cloudy and cool on Saturday with periods of rain and a high of 55. Warmer on Sunday, Mother's Day. Sunshine and some clouds and a high up to 73. I'm meteorologist Bob Larson of the WTIC Weather Center.
And now, a WTIC news update.
Good afternoon. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News. State police are investigating after a pickup truck hit a house in East Killingly Wednesday night, leaving the driver dead. Troopers say 42-year-old Matthew Sherman of Foster, Rhode Island, struck the house on Hartford Pike just after 10. Investigators say Sherman hit several mailboxes and a sign before striking the home. No one was inside. Child was struck by a vehicle while attempting to board a school bus in North Haven this morning. This happened in the area of St. John Street. The child was taken to the hospital with what are believed to be non-life-threatening injuries. The driver of the vehicle that hit the child was ticketed for passing a stopped school bus. Legislative session came to an end at midnight. Governor Lamont, in a wrap-up news conference this afternoon, said while disappointed the ban on cell phones in classrooms never made it to a vote in the Senate after passing the House, he is hopeful that it will become law next year. He was pleased, he says, that lawmakers saw fit to add $280 million for aid to cities and towns. Tennessee has enacted a new House map that carves up a majority black district in Memphis. The new voting districts signed into law today by Governor Bill Lee, the Republican, gives the GOP a chance to win all 9 of the state's congressional seats in the midterm elections. Oceanwide Expeditions has revealed 30 passengers disembarked from its cruise ship that was hit by a hantavirus outbreak back on April 24th. They left the ship on the remote island of St. Helena nearly 2 weeks after the first passenger died and is now headed to the Canary Islands. And tornadoes have ripped through several counties in Mississippi.
Powerful storms that spawned at least 3 tornadoes tore through many Mississippi counties. Authorities say the storms damaged nearly 500 homes, knocked down trees and power lines, and injured at least 17 people. There were no immediate reports of deaths. 42-year-old Crystal Miller at a trailer park in rural Lincoln County said her home was picked up by the storm and flipped.
Next thing you know, we got in the hallway. I told them get down. We got down, got the babies, and it shook the trailer. Then next thing you know, it picked it up, and then it put it back down. Then next thing you know, it just flipped it. And we just flipped, and it just threw us all out over here. The trailer was over there in front of that black truck, and it threw us out over here.
Most of the 24 homes at Jean's Mobile Home Supply were flattened into heaps of boards and twisted metal.
We didn't never thought we'd have made it out of this, walk out of this. The trailer is in pieces, but we made it out.
I'm Haya Panjwani.
Wall Street markets finished down today. The Dow lost 313 points. The NASDAQ gave back 32, and the S&P was down 28. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with a Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-909-9696. 800-909-9696.
How was your break? It was great until I stopped for gas. Prices have gone up almost $1 with no end in sight. I might have to start watching how much I drive.
That's exactly why I use Upside. I never pay full price for gas with the free Upside app.
Upside?
Yes, Upside. It's the free app that gives you cash back just for buying the gas you're already buying. So, even with the rising gas prices, I'll never have to limit how much I drive.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Just last year, I made over $200 with the Upside app.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app right now.
Download the free Upside app to earn cash back on the gas you're already buying. Use promo code WAGON for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code WAGON for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first fill-up. That's WAGON.
Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Stay locked in. Reese on the radio is on WTIC News Talk 1080.
All right, we're back. Reese on the radio, right here on News Talk 1080 WTIC. Debate night tonight. We will fill you in on everything tomorrow. Make sure you check us out here live at 7 p.m. on WTIC and on YouTube at WTIC 1080. The 2026 Connecticut legislative session just ended yesterday. And I want to go through a couple of things that we should consider as Republicans when reaching across the aisle. I talked a little bit about this yesterday. I want to bring it up again. And these things should be able to resonate with Democrats, moderate Democrats, unaffiliated independent folks. They will decide the election come November. Believe it or not. And the important thing here is that what the governor needs to do is to be able to illustrate to the people of Connecticut why he or she is vetoing whatever insanity the supermajority thinks that they should pass. Because most of this stuff is legislating on their own. This is not being done at the behest of the people who live here. None of it. None of it. And it would be one thing if you all believe that, because I never hear you folks talking about this in that way. I never hear you saying, the crazy people here in Connecticut, they're the ones who voted for the stuff or made these people write these laws. No, that's never been the case. Whenever you look it up, by the way, and those of you on the left, you should too, ask, who's lobbying your Democrat operatives, your Democrat legislators to write these bills? Who's asking them? Did you? Did you ask any of them to do this on your behalf? And I know a lot of you are saying no. I never hear you speak up. This was also the case. You might remember during the Biden administration, I talked about this all the time. Biden would do things on your behalf, right? You voted for him. You told us every day, 81 million. Yay. And then you found out what he was doing and you went, ugh, I didn't vote for that. But you never spoke up. And I told you, all you have to do is apologize. But you wouldn't do that either. When we come back, I'll explain more. I forgot where we were. Let's get it back to Mark Christopher. He's in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. I have to go on a tear, Mark, sometimes.
All right, Reese, thank you very much. And if you're heading into Hartford right now, you're on the eastbound side of I-84. You're going to see slow traffic now as you move about a mile before 46 Sisson Avenue into the tunnel. A little slow again out between 58 and 59 as you move out into Manchester. Westbound 84 is running slow through 84 on-ramp down to 57 in East Hartford. Again, 56 Governor Street out to 46 Sisson Avenue. 5 and 15 northbound's tight as you move over the Charter Oak Bridge to the 84 East ramp in East Hartford. 91 southbound delays 34 down to 32 A and B. Another bump by exit 28. Sluggish again from 24 down to 23 in Rocky Hill. Now, if you're traveling both sides of 9 heavy into Middletown, approaching the Aragoni Bridge, 9 northbound's a little slow. I-91 up to exit 32 in Berlin. If you're traveling westbound 84, you've got delays now. 691 interchange in Cheshire up to the Mixmaster in Waterbury. 84 eastbound Waterbury slowing 17 to 18. Again, tight traffic from 25A down to the 691 interchange. Southbound Parkway delays from 52 into the West Rock Tunnel. 91 southbound New Haven slowing 6 in toward the 95 interchange. Traffic and weather together on the 8th. WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
Breezy the rest of this afternoon. Sunshine, a few clouds, and a high of 63. Partly cloudy this evening. Turning mostly cloudy late tonight, low 42. And then a mix of clouds and sun tomorrow. Once again, breezy tomorrow afternoon, high 61. Cloud cover will increase tomorrow night, low 40. And cloudy, cool weather as we start the weekend Saturday. Some rain at times and a high of 55. Back to dry weather, warmer weather for Sunday. Partly sunny and a high up to 73. It is currently 59 degrees in Unionville, now 61 in Windsor, 62 in Hartford. I'm meteorologist Bob Larson of the WTIC Weather Center.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Dial Pound Law.
Nicholas Russo, 157 Church Street, New Haven, 06510.
Support comes from Amazon Business. Unlock smart business buying with fast free delivery on millions of items and practical AI innovations that automate repetitive tasks so you can make smarter decisions faster. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Have bad teeth that need to be replaced? Don't like removable dentures? Worry no more. Come on down to Columbia Implant Center in Manchester any day of the week and ask for the all-on-4 procedure. Call us at 860-643-1898.
Hi, Eric Hogarth with Money Wisdom. This week, we discuss the latest tips in financial planning and real solutions for your money questions. Don't just save, thrive with Money Wisdom on WTIC News Talk 1080.
You've probably heard all those ads for life insurance. Just a few dollars a day, apply online in minutes, no medical exam. Simple, easy, and cheap, right? Now you're thinking, maybe I should get a quote. Well, smart thinking. Everyone should have life insurance. But here's what they don't tell you. Those few dollars a day rates, they're for young people in perfect health. That's why everyone calls Big Lou the 50 to 60-year-old not-so-perfect candidate. Like you. You take prescription meds and you're overweight. Winner, fried chicken dinner. Well, Big Lou works with life insurance companies that want people like you with no surprises after you apply. In fact, if you're a 50-year-old guy with a few health glitches, Lou could probably find you $1 million of term life coverage for about $200 a month. So, yeah, you need life insurance. But unless you're young and healthy, you gotta call Big Lou because he's like you, older, heavier, and on meds, too. Get a quote right now at 800-700-6898, 800-700-6898, or biglou.com.
It's Reese on the radio on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
I got all carried away, totally forgot the timing and the clock. I can figure it out. Anyway, so as I was saying before we got to traffic, so they're not doing any of this on the behalf even of the Democrats. And if you ask them, if you look it up anywhere, it's like, who thought of this legislation? And who does it serve? It's nobody other than themselves. And the usual suspects will vote for this stuff because it's all party politics. And it's all agenda-based. I mean, that's the whole deal. And I never hear anyone celebrating other than the legislators who passed this nonsense. I never hear people in the street, nor do I hear like the news media running around talking about the new bills that have passed or been signed by Governor Lamont. You don't see it. You just don't. Which is astonishing because I remember the days here in Connecticut when that used to be the deal. It used to be out in the street talking to folks about what's happening in Hartford. Nothing. No interest. So here we are. Lawmakers approved a budget adjustment that adds roughly $173 million to schools, $100 million to towns, boosts Medicaid and SNAP guaranteed free breakfast for every student, and hands out new tax credits. On paper, it sounds generous. In reality, it spends over $900 million outside the state spending cap. And when combined with prior budgets, blows through the fiscal guardrails and volatility cap, it may be as much as $2.8 billion. State employee raises of 4.5% are baked in. Transparency on rising electric rates got delayed again. Republicans rightly called it irresponsible overspending without structural reform. Did they get listened to? No. And it's all lip service because it means nothing. Republicans go right back to the same place where the microphones are sitting and ready, and they complain. It ends up on the B-roll, on the local news. Nothing gets done. We move on to the next day where legislature will pass something, Republicans will be outraged, and they move on. You, on the other hand, say nothing. You have no voice in this, and the media doesn't give a damn about your voice. You don't say anything because they don't give you the opportunity to. But I think that's changing. Hear me out. There was an incident not too long ago. You guys might remember it. And when I tell you it made waves, it did. It did. You guys got on the phone and you lost it. You lost it on a media company. I know you did. I don't have to rehash it, but you did. And when I say people noticed and people got angry, they did. They damn sure did. And they were forced to act because you got involved. Now, listen closely. I told people this a long time ago. I don't know what happened to Connecticut. I don't know what happened over the years. I'm not here to chastise you, and I'm not here to embarrass you in any way. But the old school of doing things works today. We got so modern, we forgot who we are. Everyone started going to social media and complaining about things online, thinking that that was going to be how it's done. Can I tell the story? Let me tell. And it's a silly story, but yet a story. So, Roland, are you old enough to remember the A-Team? Okay. I remember the A-Team. And my family, if anything that brought us together, it was television. And it's why, growing up, I tell people all this. It's everywhere you go. I say, I grew up on television. I lived on television. I learned everything in the world on television because I didn't have to travel. We were poor. I was on welfare, food stamps. We got to go nowhere on vacation. So I lived in television. I knew about politics from the McLaughlin Group. I learned what the south of France looked like because of Robin Leach and Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. That was my world education. That was current events to me. So television was important to us. I watched Knight Rider, even though I was a huge Dukes of Hazzard fan. And I loved the little rivalry between the two. But another TV show that we loved was The A-Team. And it was because of B.A. Baracus. A lot of people don't know this or remember this. Some of you will. But B.A., Mr. T, he became famous from a reality show in the 80s called Games People Play. He was introduced as Mr. T on that reality show, and it was revealed that he was a bouncer for a boxer or some other person that was famous. Their name escapes me, but somebody might know. Tell me in the chat room. I know he was a bouncer, but I know he was a bodyguard too. But the game called Games People Play, Mr. T showed up on an obstacle course where you had to, at the end, break through this door in a bar. You had to do all these things inside of the obstacle course, inside of a bar, and at the end, he had to crash through this door to sort of ring the bell. It was early than what they call what's that show where you do the challenge? It's not Iron Man. It's another challenge on NBC that people do. What's that thing on NBC, Roland, that the guys do, the obstacles course where they got to hang on things and swing and make it all the way up there? I don't know why, but I can't remember that. That's right. He was a bouncer in the north side of Chicago. Thank you, Bob J. But tell me if you can remember who he was a bodyguard for. Anyway, so he did the little Iron Man challenge, the barrooms challenge. Yes, American Ninja Warrior. That's the one. Yes. But this was just like that, but it was in a bar. And you had to go through all of these obstacles, and at the end, you had to crash through this wall in the bar and ring the bell. And whoever made it in the fastest time won. And Mr. T was the guy who made it in the fastest time. No one ever seen him before on television. We did. So when he got on the A-Team, when the A-Team came out, and he was going to be one of the actors on there, we were like, oh, we remember that guy. He's going to be on this popular show. So we watched it. We were in love with it. So grew up watching the A-Team. Well, after the pilot episode, maybe even 2 episodes in, one of the characters, who was later played by Battlestar Galactica's Dirk Benedict. Before Dirk Benedict became Faceman, there was another unknown actor in that role. And Dirk Benedict got the role, and my mother was furious. She loved the original actor. My mom, I kid you not, made us call the TV station every hour on the hour to complain. We overran their phone lines because my mother was outraged. Yes, it was a silly thing to do, but we did it. My mother said, call that. She called and checked on us. Did you call the TV station today? Yes, I did. How many times did you call them? I called them 19 times. Okay, good. Put your sister on. Did you call the radio station today? How many times did you call them? I called them 20 times. Okay, good job. Yeah, I'm not kidding. We had to do it until NBC was forced to make a statement about the actor who had played the role. Turned out that they didn't fire him. He just didn't want to do the role. And they hired Dirk Benedict. He said the club was called Dingbats. His real name was Lawrence Terrell. He grew up in Robert Taylor Housing Project on the south side of Chicago. Thank you, Bob J. Again, who was he a bouncer for? That's the information I'm trying to know. Anyway, that was my mom making the network, NBC, respond to us inundating them. Now everybody thinks that they go on social media. Maybe the post will go viral and then people will respond. No. Because I saw it happen in real time right here at this station. Because of your phone calls, because of your outrage, a TV station was forced to react. And they did. They may have been outraged. They may have been ticked off. I don't care. The bottom line is your phone calls, your outrage worked. And that's what you've got to do here. There are people legislating on your behalf. There are people who are passing laws in this state without your consent. You didn't even ask for this stuff. The gun right folks, I think it's great. I see your post online all the time, but if these folks aren't looking for it, they don't know, and they know it's there and they don't care. Because in maybe a figurative, but a little bit of a literal sense, you're not on the phones hammering them. And you should be. You should be. And if you're not reaching out to them, you should be reaching out to the networks who are ignoring you. And it can't be just a few of you. Just like, look, I think it's great that, Katie Prokop, who's been on this program, and when I say is out there in these folks' faces, which I applaud her because she, this whole Reese on the radio tactic, is getting out there, talking to these people, getting them on camera, getting them to respond to her questions. She's going to change.org. She's getting 16,000 signatures on a petition signed. All that stuff is great. Laudable work. But it should be done, right? 16,000 folks on a petition? Translate that into a phone call into a newsroom. screaming at these people. What the hell are you doing? Why are you ignoring this story? Why are you ignoring us? Why are you not reporting to us? They will respond. Nobody calls them. Trust me, no one calls them. They don't even think you're there because they don't think you care. And you've got to organize that. And I'll look at it, I'll put it this way just so you know, just so you understand where I'm coming from. The media believes that they are the influencers, right? That's what they believe. They are agenda-based influencers. They don't take bloggers seriously. They don't take online shows seriously. They are network news. They are legacy media. There's a degree of vanity in all of that. And because they think that they set the narrative, they will, until challenged. Because you are the audience. You are the consumer. What do you think any organization does when you react? Don't you understand how boycotts work? Successful boycotts, not the silly ones, right? Like Chick-fil-A, that boycott. You remember how that boycott was? I talk about it all the time. That boycott was because the CEO says he believes in traditional marriage, the gay community said they're going to show up at Chick-fil-A and make out with each other. What did the audience do? What did the actual consumers of Chick-fil-A do? Stormed the castle. They came there and they showed their support. They spent their hard-earned money. They let their wallets do the talking. Lines were around the corner. What happened when the news media showed up and saw that the support for Chick-fil-A was overwhelming? They went down there to go film gay people kissing. They got there and saw an overwhelming crowd up the block, around the corner, a mile deep. And they were leaving. Videos, you can find them online, of news organizations showing up at Chick-fil-A and leaving immediately. Why? Because the story that they wanted didn't pan out. And the story that supported them, because the news media is agenda-based, they couldn't get that agenda. They were overwhelmingly swarmed by people supporting it, and they couldn't sell the story on gay folks making out. They would have to tell the story of people supporting Chick-fil-A. So they moved on. They left because they couldn't report on it. So if you don't think that you have the power, you're wrong. There are examples of this everywhere, and you're not seizing the moment because you think that the technology has changed. No. As Peter Lamage said yesterday, we have traditions for a reason. Stop abandoning them for technology or for what everybody's trying to tell you is the new style of doing things or the new way of doing things. These things work. And you've got to let them know. You've got to show up. You have to say to them, we are not standing for this. You serve us. Make them. You don't have to boycott them. Make them do their jobs. They will, and I promise you, they always do. I watched it firsthand. You do. I didn't even tell you to do it, and you did it. And it made them do their jobs. So, I believe you should take my word for it, because I have clear evidence of it. I will tell you, by the way, when we there tonight, for those of you who are listening or there tonight, I'll tell you exactly what I'm talking about. And there is evidence, like I said, there's evidence of it. And I come here with empirical evidence that supports it. I don't know. Alex is asking, so are you DEI? No, of course I'm not DEI. Matt Roy says, he said, Kid Fresh walking by. Yeah, he does he gets in his steps walking through. I love walking. He is like the snazziest dresser ever. The other day, he was wearing fluorescent green or yellow shirt with matching sneakers. He is the most stylish person in the world. And I saw him, I wanted to stop and tell him, like, Kid Fresh, where can I get that sense of style? He is so bold. It's amazing, the stuff that he wears. It's absolutely funny. But that's Kid Fresh over at Hot 93.7. By the way, he's the one who says it like that. That's why first time I ever heard anybody say it was Kid Fresh. So I say it like that. Mark Christopher is back. He's in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. Hey, buddy.
Hot 93 Sam.
Sam.
Sam. Yeah, love that. Hey, if you're heading into Hartford right now, southbound 91 slows approaching 35. In Windsor down to 32 A and B. Delays again down by exit 28. And then we have an accident now. Southbound 91 between 24 and 23. Left lane block delays are back to 25, 26. Behind that, if you are traveling on the westbound side of 84, sluggish traffic from the 384 on-ramp down to 57. Again, slowing just after 56. Out to 45 Flatbush. 84 eastbound's locked up. 44 Prospect Oakwood to the Bulkley Bridge. If you're traveling 291, slowing I-91 over to the Bissell. 2 westbound slows. 1D up to the 84 West merge in East Hartford. Both sides of 9 heavy approaching the Aragoni Bridge. 84 eastbound into Waterbury slowing by 18. Again, sluggish from 25A in Waterbury down to the 691 interchange. Westbound 84 tied up, approaching 26 up to the Mixmaster in Waterbury. Southbound Parkway, you're looking at delays 52 down into the West Rock Tunnel. 91 southbound delays from 7 in New Haven down in toward the 95 interchange. Traffic and weather together on the 8th WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
Breezy the rest of today. Sunshine and patchy clouds, high 63. Partly cloudy this evening. Turning out mostly cloudy overnight with a low of 42. Intervals of clouds and sun tomorrow. Breezy tomorrow afternoon, high 61. Increasing cloudiness tomorrow night, low 40. Cloudy and cool on Saturday with periods of rain and a high of 55. Warmer on Sunday, Mother's Day. Sunshine and some clouds and a high up to 73. I'm meteorologist Bob Larson of the WTIC Weather Center.
This is WTIC News Talk 1080 with Brian and Company in the morning, Reese on the radio in the afternoon, and news around the clock. WTIC and WTIC FM HD2 Hartford and Odyssey Station.
5 o'clock, good afternoon. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News. Governor Lamont is touting what he considers a successful legislative session. He says the budget was done on time and is sustainable, and he feels confident at running for another term on what he calls promises kept, promises delivered.
We're still managing through an incredibly complicated time with the Trump administration, and we were able to back people up when it comes to health care. We were able to get additional funding for schools. We were able to grow the economy, while in many other places it's contracting. We were able to get an additional $50 million in case President Trump cuts other things so we can protect people.
He cites new legislation on AI and parental controls for social media. He's disappointed, he says, a statewide school cell phone ban never made it out of the Senate, and new protections for renters also fell short. Betsy Gara, the executive director of the Council of Small Governments, says increasing funding, the education cost-sharing grant by lawmakers, was a long time coming.
Because many of our small towns whose education budgets comprise upwards of 80% of the local budget are surprised at how little education aid they receive. Costs keep going up and up, and yet they're been flat funded for many, many years.
Amid a deadly cruise ship scare in 5 U.S. states monitoring passengers who departed the ship before the hantavirus was confirmed, Marie Van Kerkhove of the World Health Organization offering these words.
This is not a very common virus, mainly found in the Americas. So we're trying to provide support to ensure rapid diagnosis of any person that is tested
More
for this.
from correspondent Tom Hansen.
She says that this disease, the hantavirus, is much more difficult to spread, even in this rare strain, the Andes strain, which can transmit from person to person. You have to be in prolonged proximity to an individual who is contagious in order to contract the virus.
Man's dead after state police say he drove into a home last night in East Killingly. Troopers say 42-year-old Matthew Sherman of Foster, Rhode Island, hit the house on Hartford Pike just after 10 p.m. Sherman hit several mailboxes and a sign before striking the home. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Investigators say Sherman failed to negotiate a curve prior to the crash. No one inside the house was injured. Tennessee lawmakers have voted to redraw congressional districts with the midterm elections on the horizon.
Tennessee Thursday approved a new congressional map scattering black voters from Memphis into neighboring districts. It's the first map crafted since the Supreme Court ruling, and Shaylin Cochran at the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights Under Law warns.
It is a ruling that threatens black leadership in Congress.
Cochran says breaking up districts with voters of color dilutes their ability to elect candidates of their choice who often look like them. Allison Keys, CBS News.
A court translator and single mom of 4 is back home after spending 6 weeks in ICE custody. Maria Batra tells CBS she was living and working in the U.S. legally. Chanel Cole picks up the story.
Last week, a federal judge ordered her release, writing she was detained for no discernible reason. In a statement to CBS News, DHS said, quote, "An activist judge released her from ICE custody. We will continue to fight for the removal of illegal aliens who have no right to be in our country."
First of all, that's very disrespectful to the judges and judiciary. And then they forget that aliens are humans, and humans have rights.
National letter carriers across the country and here in Connecticut will be doing more than delivering the mail on Saturday. The National Association of Letter Carriers holding its 34th Stamp Out Hunger Food Drive. The union's asking customers to help out by leaving a bag or two of non-perishable food by their mailboxes. Shawnee Butler's worked for the post office for 22 years, currently in East Hartford. She says it's their way of giving back.
It's the one time out of the year that we can give back to the community.
Food items can include canned fruits and vegetables, dried pasta, and sauce. From there, the food is distributed to local pantries. For these stories and more, go to WTIC.com. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them. This is Dale for Northeast Men's Health, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At Northeast Men's Health, our advanced medical therapies go far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combination therapies that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a far greater level of intimacy to both you and to the one you love, perhaps performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and find out why our advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Your first visit is just $99 and gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-930-5956 or go to northeastmenshealth.com. That's northeastmenshealth.com. Northeast Men's Health, advanced medical science to empower male performance.
From politics to news to music to movies and anything above the sun and outer space and beyond, it's Reese on the radio. Damn, he's good. Only on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
You know what we're doing today. News. I don't know half of these people who are in music news today. J Balvin, a Colombian reggaeton singer, was born in 1985. Yeah, it would have to be born in 1985 to be a reggaeton singer. By the way, I call reggaeton deaf because you have to be to enjoy it. Mark Helders is the drummer for Arctic Monkeys, one of my favorite bands. His birthday is today. Eagle Eye Cherry was born, they say 1968/1969. They're not certain of his birth date. He's the son of Don Cherry. Russell Dickerson, the country singer, born in 1987. Phil Campbell, the Motorhead guitarist, turned 65 today. Would have turned, I should have said 65 today because he has passed on. Let me see. Grateful Dead drummer Bill Kreutzmann is turning 80. Thelma Houston, who was born in 1946, the soul singer, is turning 80 years old. And Steve Diggle was born in 1955. He's the Buzzcocks guitarist. In 1977, the Eagles' Hotel California hits number 1 on the Billboard Top 100, which is their signature track, and won Grammy Record of the Year in 1976. 1966, the Mamas and the Papas, Monday reaches number 1 in the Hot 100. I used to play it at the beginning of my show on every Monday. Monday. Anyway, in 1971, the Rolling Stones released Brown Sugar in the U.S., the first on their own Rolling Stones record label. And they've got a new album out. Excuse me. John Silva, I think, reported on it yesterday or the day before. Did they have a new album out? And it sounded actually pretty good. I cannot say the Rolling Stones puts out garbage. I have to admit. They're not all, bangers. They're not like the old days, but they don't put out garbage. They still care about the sound. Mark Christopher's here. He's in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. Have you heard any of the new stuff?
I have not, no.
Yeah, John Silver was just talking about it the other day. And now I have
What's he
something
thinking about it?
He didn't say. He just mentioned it. I heard one of the tracks. It actually sounded pretty good. Rolling Stones, they're no slouches, man.
Those guys are. I like these new kids, man. They try to go out on tour, and then about 10 dates in, they're like, "Oh, I can't handle it." And
yeah.
These guys just did everything under the sun, and they were still able to.
You know what? In the fact that they're still kicking, and a lot of those guys.
That's good genetics right there. That's all.
Good genetics, and I don't know. I guess drugs just don't faze certain people.
No, they have some sort of immunity to them because they're just going and going and going.
They see these guys OD, and like the Rolling Stones says, that's a Wednesday for me.
Exactly. And these young artists, like 10 dates in, they're like, I can't handle it, and they cancel the rest of their tour. So.
It's so funny. Living Colour went on tour with them once, and they were out in weeks.
Yeah, that was, I believe, 89.
Yep.
It was
Never forget it.
Because I saw them. I saw the Stones at it's now Gillette Stadium, but the old Foxborough Stadium, and that was a great show. It really was.
Yeah.
Cult of Personality. What's the name of that band? I can't remember.
Living Colour.
That was the name of the band. Okay, they were there for that date.
Yeah, I remember that tour vividly.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So many years ago.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Hey, if you're heading into Hartford right now, westbound side of 84, you're going to see some delays as you move up on exit 57 in East Hartford. This traffic report being brought to you by Whittlesey. And after that, delays again, 56 Governor Street out to 45 Flatbush Avenue, 84 eastbound, slowing 44 Prospect Oakwood into the tunnel. If you're 91 southbound, look out for the remains of a vehicle fire. It's 91 southbound at 33. It looks like the right and center lanes are blocked there, so you've got delays back to exit 36 in Windsor behind that. Once you get around that, slowing again by 28 and again 25 down to 24 in Rocky Hill. Earlier accident between 24 and 23 is gone. If you're traveling westbound 84, a little slow at the 84 West merge. I should say Route 2 westbound is a little slow at the 84 West merge in East Hartford. Now, if you're traveling 291 eastbound, you're tied up from I-91 over to the Bissell Bridge. Both sides of 9 heavy approaching the Aragoni Bridge in Middletown. 84 eastbound Waterbury delays by 18. Again, 26 down to the 691 interchange. Westbound 84 slowing in Waterbury from 25A up to the Mixmaster. Whittlesey wants your business to succeed. Whittlesey is more than an accounting firm. They're advocates for your business, delivering a robust set of solutions, including audit, tax, technology, cybersecurity, and advisory services. Learn more at wadvising.com. Traffic and weather together on the 8th WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
Partly sunny and breezy the rest of today, and high just past 60. Partly cloudy this evening, with the wind diminishing. Mostly cloudy overnight and a low of 42. Intervals of clouds and sun tomorrow. Once again, breezy tomorrow afternoon, and a high is 61. Increase in clouds tomorrow night, dropping to a low of 40. Cloudy and cool as we start the weekend. Saturday, some rain on occasion, and a high of 55. Back to dry weather, warmer weather on Sunday. Sunshine, a few clouds, and high up to 73 Sunday afternoon. It's currently 58 degrees in Torrington. It's 62 in Wallingford and 61 at Hartford. I'm meteorologist Bob Larson of the WTIC Weather Center.
Each week, Attorney Allaire shares special practice advice and expert insights to help navigate the complexities of elder law.
Brian Jackman here for Serta Pro Painters. Listen, I had an incredible experience with them. They gave me a great estimate. They were there on time, and when they came to paint our kitchen, they were in and out, and when they were gone, it was like they were never there, except they left a beautiful kitchen. Maybe it's time for you to take a look at their spring sales event. You can get 10% off qualifying projects through May the 15th. Serta Pro Painters, they're independently owned and operated right here in our community, so you might want to give them a call. Start spring off right. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Serta with a C.
Sale ends soon. Don't wait.
The Yard Goats are back home Tuesday, May 12th for 6 straight games, and the Red Sox affiliate is in town. We've got a Yard Goats captain's hat giveaway and live music on Yacht Rock Night. Fireworks Friday and Saturday, and kids run the bases on Sunday. Yard Goats Baseball is the most affordable family entertainment in Connecticut, with tickets starting at just $10. Find out why Duncan Park was named the best ballpark in America by Newsweek.
Chuck McDowell here with Red Pocket Mobile. How long have you been stuck with the same phone plan? 2 years? 5? 10? Are you tired of surprise fees and confusing bills? Switch to Red Pocket Mobile. With Red Pocket Mobile, premium 5G plans start at just $10 a month. Pick a plan, lock in your rate, and that's the number you'll see on your bill every month. No hidden fees and no long-term contracts. And here's the kicker. Red Pocket lets you choose from 3 major 5G networks, not just one. Pick the network that actually works where you live and where you work. Try one, and if you like it, keep it. If not, switch to another. Never be stuck with a single network again. Plus, keep your phone, keep your number. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
New customers can switch and save 50%. Choose from all 3 major 5G networks with one locked-in low price and no contracts at redpocket.com. Redpocket.com.
It's Reese on the radio on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
All right, we're back. Reese on the radio. Roseanne is telling me that people are showing up early, and that's always good to know. If you are arriving tonight at Debate Night on WTIC at Stadium 15 in Farmington, go there early. There's a happy hour happening there now. Roseanne is there. She has seen some people there, and someone gave Roseanne a pair of bracelets for the both of us, and I thank you for that. Trinkets are always nice. It's very, very kind of you to do that. I want to get into this real quick before I start taking any phone calls, which I'll do in the last break before I get out of here. And Roland, if you get a chance, just send me that audio so I can forward it to this kid, Luis. Anyway, there's a whole lot of stuff going on politically that, you know, Eric Erickson and Brian Kilmeade during the show were talking about. There's even that conversation happening on Brian and Company. You know, he covers a lot of national politics. I like to keep a lot of local stuff here. I think it's important to talk about what matters to you. Sometimes later on in the show, I might bring in some national stories, especially if they're, you know, really, really huge stories. What's happening here is, for me, is great and, you know, big enough for us to discuss. But with all of these things happening right now, as you heard with John Silva, Tennessee is getting ready to redraw maps. Black folks are mad. You know, that happened in Louisiana. Black folks are mad. People are like, well, they need to be able to vote for people who look like them. They keep talking about people who look like them. What they really mean to say is think like them. That's what they really mean to say. And they should say what they mean. They should say what's obvious. Because it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter whether or not lines are redrawn out of black neighborhoods. Because black folks are not a monolith, right? Right? And people should be challenging them on that. Lord knows I would. But I don't expect that from the legacy and the traditional media. They're scared to death of black folks. And they know exactly what will happen when they ask them, what you trying to say? Well, what I'm trying to say is, why would it be important? You're only going to vote for them white folks. I mean, really, I'm saving you from yourself. That's what I would tell them. I'm saving you for yourself, because if we have these redrawn lines, or we have these lines where it's just black districts, you're going to vote for them crazy white folks. And we have to save you from that. If we keep letting you have your own little section, what you going to vote for? Huh? What white folks you gonna vote for? Well, the ones that tell us that a man and a woman is interchangeable? I can't have you doing that, brother. The one that says that we should cut off your child's private parts? I can't have you voting for that, brother. And white folks trying to kill you. And I can't have you having I cannot trust you with your own agency. Because you will just vote for these crazy white folks. Do you see them with their orange hair? Them people are just crazy. The other day, some dude told me that a man can have his period. You voted for that guy. I got to redraw this line, man. I'm sorry. I can't have black zones. I can't. They done bamboozled you, just like Malcolm X said, brother. Now let me ask you again. Can a man have a period? Yes, he can. Okay, erase the lines. They've got to be gone. What? No, what are you freaking out for? No, you just said a man can have his period. That's not normal thinking. I can't trust you. Okay, we'll try again. Can a man get pregnant? He can't. All right, nope, that's it. Get him. Get rid of it. No, he's just not listening. He's just not listening. I tried. So I'm sorry. I just can't do it anymore. Well, that being said, with all of this stuff and the rabble-rousers, the usual, the interlopers, the sycophants for the crazy white man. Yes, that's who they are. White folks sycophants. Sellouts. Sambos. You know the drill. While you're out there losing your mind, the truth is still the truth. And Trump still runs this. It's his party. Get used to it.
As Indiana goes, so goes the nation when it comes to Republican voters and Donald John Trump. He absolutely still has the juice. And when you're a Republican and you go against Trump, you get voted off the island. I always love Survivor. And in this particular case, what we saw in Indiana was you go, adios, amigos, goodbye, see you later. And to me, that is emblematic of what we see nationwide with Republicans. I think there's this myth that's going on right now that, Trump is really losing support among Republicans. But compared to other midterm cycles, he's just as popular with Republicans as he has ever been at this point in midterm cycles. Right now, nationally, we're talking about an approval rating on average of 84%. In 2022, his popularity rating was 76%, actually lower, right, when he wasn't in the presidency. In 2018, the last time he was president, 85%. That 85 looks a whole heck of a lot like this 84% right here. The bottom line is this. Donald Trump still absolutely has juice with Republican voters. You saw it in Indiana, and I think that you'll see it down the line as well if any Republicans try and go against the President of the United States, who is still very much beloved by Republican voters nationwide.
Yeah, you're going to have to get used to it. So, brother, let me ask you again. Come on, seriously. I know the other two, maybe those are trick questions. You know what I'm saying? Do you believe that your child can identify as transgender at the age of 3? At the age of 2? Now we got to redraw them. Nope, I'm doing everything I can. These crazy black folks, the white folks didn't confuse them. The white folks just brainwashed them. They got them believing things that just don't make no sense. I don't know what they did. Maybe it's in the learning. They go to their public schools. They just learned everything. And you go in one way, they come out the other. I don't know what happens. 1 minute they against the Klan, next thing they're supporting the group that pays the Klan. I'm not understanding. Didn't they vote for the guy who said that Romney gonna put him back in chains and calls him boy? Yeah, Uncle Joe. Something's wrong. I don't get it. In the 1980s and 90s, Donald Trump was opulent and deeply embedded into the hip-hop culture. And then out of nowhere, the white folks confused them and said Donald Trump was an avowed racist. They made songs about him. And it's so easy. I'd redraw the lines too. I would in a heartbeat. I can't trust you folks. These white folks got you shook. In 2016, white folks had you believing Trump was going to bring back slavery. Don't lie. You know he did. That's right. That's what they did. Everyone had you believing that, from NBC to NPR. They had you believing that. You were on your little black forums in the blackosphere. We can't vote for that guy because he's going to bring back slavery. And you believed it. You had people having to convince you, like you were being deprogrammed. Like he had to clunk you on the head. No, he's not bringing back slavery. That's what they said on news. How could he bring it back? He's going to make a law. Redraw the lines. You got to do it. We cannot have a black section. Absolutely not. Close the school down, too. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. You know, sometimes in order to free the slaves, you got to do the unmentionable stuff. You do. You got to go hardcore. You just do. How are you going to keep these people? Like, how are you going to save them from themselves? They won't stop themselves from killing each other. The white folks are letting them out of jail early. Like, think about that. They're voting for the same people who are going to release the criminal element back into their neighborhood so they can kill their kids. And they go right back and vote for them. Nope, erase the lines. Nope, can't have it. Gotta go. Again, like I said, I don't care if they hate me for it. I don't care. They know it's true. And if it isn't true, here's another thing to consider, right? If it's not true, let's consider this. What are you doing to stop it? What are you doing? There's no action on the streets. You're nowhere to be found. You will protest for George Floyd all the way in Minneapolis, right here in Connecticut. You can't affect any change 1,500 miles away. You'll protest here for that. Cut off your child's genitalia? Nowhere. Putting gay porn in the library? Nothing. Nothing. And then look me square in the face and go, no MAGA. Nope, erase the lines. I'm spinning my wheels here. No. Wait, I can't. You can't reason with them. You can't. They're going to vote for these whiteys. They are. They're just going to vote for them. They're going to destroy their lives. I have to save them from themselves. I don't care. I've stopped caring a long time ago. Because everything I said, and I know everyone who's listened to me knows that I'm telling the truth. And so do the black people who listen to this show. Those who hate the show know damn well that what I'm saying is true. You are outraged about things that you can't control. And the things you can, silent. Throw away the key. And I'm the only person talking about it. Remember me, Uncle Tom, sell out. Huh? Step and fetch it. Huh? I can't believe he think like that. What's wrong with that boy? I'm just standing on principle. I don't need to stand on your likes and accolades. Don't need to. I love them all, from left to right, to the white to the black who can't stand me. I love every one of you. Just trying to free you from yourself. Because you're the one. As Joe Biden said, you're the one locked up in them chains. You're in a chains of an ideology that you cannot break free from. And they got you hooked. It's like a drug. And that's what they do. They drug you up. They infiltrate your neighborhoods with all of it. You sit up there, you thought it was Reagan. It ain't Reagan. That's your communities. They need you drugged up. They want you drugged up in mire and filth. Why? So they can come up every 2 and every 4 years begging for your support. We're going to clean it up this time. I promise. We're going to get you everything. You're going to be able to live and eat. We got you this time. And they keep flooding the zone. Release them. Release the criminals. Get the criminals out there. Get them on the street. Get them on the street. Yeah. No. I hear they're thinking about Trump again. Yes. They're thinking for themselves. Release the... Who do we got? Who you got? Cannibal? Yeah, get him out there. Get him out there. Who's it? How many people did this guy kill? 19. Early parole. That's how they treat you. I'm the crazy person. Yeah. Didn't aren't they about to give parole? From 21 up to 26? Hey. I don't make this stuff up. Y'all know I know what I'm talking about. We'll be back. We'll take your phone calls in a minute. Stand by for that. Mark Christopher, he's back. He is in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. Hey, Mark.
Reese, thank you very much. Good afternoon to you and to everyone. And if you're making your way into downtown Hartford right now, things are looking slow on the southbound side of I-91. We're still dealing with the remains of a vehicle fire, and that's 91 southbound at 33 Jennings Road. It's taking out the right and center lanes there. So right now we're looking at delays back into Windsor, back to exit 37 Bloomfield Avenue. After that, some slow traffic getting by exit 28, and again a little slow between 23 and 22 as you move down into Cromwell. 91 southbound's a little tight from 19 down to 18 in the 691 interchange. If you're westbound, 84 delays 56 Governor Street in East Hartford out to 45 Flatbush Avenue. 84 eastbound slowing a mile before 46 Sisson Avenue into the tunnel. 2 westbound delays 1D up to the 84 West merge in East Hartford. Traveling into Middletown, both sides of 9 slowing, approaching the Aragoni Bridge. Again, some slow traffic 9 northbound by 32 in Berlin. If you're 84 eastbound in Waterbury, delays by 18. Again, you're slowing 26 in Cheshire down to the 691 interchange. Westbound 84 is tied up, approaching 26 in Cheshire up to the Mixmaster in Waterbury. If you're heading southbound on the Parkway, look for delays from exit 52 down into exit 50. Northbound Parkway is slowing as you move up on, let's see, that is going to be a pretty heavy delay there from exit 42A in Orange all the way up to exit 46 in New Haven. Traffic and weather together on the 8th WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
Breezy the rest of today. Sunshine and patchy clouds, high 63. Partly cloudy this evening. Turning out mostly cloudy overnight with a low of 42. Intervals of clouds and sun tomorrow. Breezy tomorrow afternoon, high 61. Increasing cloudiness tomorrow night, low 40. Cloudy and cool on Saturday with periods of rain and a high of 55. Warmer on Sunday, Mother's Day. Sunshine and some clouds and a high up to 73. I'm meteorologist Bob Larson of the WTIC Weather Center.
And now, a WTIC news update.
It's 5:30. Good afternoon. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News. We have sunny skies, 62 degrees the temperature in Hartford. A man is dead after state police say he drove into a home last night in East Killingly. According to state troopers, 42-year-old Matthew Sherman of Foster, Rhode Island, hit the home on Hartford Pike just after 10. Sherman struck several mailboxes and a sign before hitting the home. He was pronounced dead at the scene. No one in the house was injured. Curtain came down on the 2026 session of the General Assembly at midnight. Governor Lamont, in a wrap-up news conference this afternoon, said he was generally pleased that local cities and towns got some more money in the state budget. He did say, though, he was disappointed the cell phone ban in classrooms that passed the House but didn't get out of the Senate was disappointing to him, but thinks that could change next year. Child's recovering after they were struck by a vehicle while boarding a school bus today in North Haven. Youngsters sustained non-life-threatening injuries, say police, when hit on St. John Street. The driver of the vehicle did stop and is cooperating with the investigation, but was cited for trying to pass a stopped school bus. Just passed by the GOP Majority State House in Tennessee, a newly redrawn congressional map. Jennifer Kuiper reports.
Carves Shelby County, which includes Memphis, into 3 different congressional districts and keeps Nashville divided among 3 districts as well. Reaction from Democratic Tennessee Representative Steve Cohen.
It devastates all of the work that's been done to rectify the injuries to African Americans because of years and centuries of slavery and decades of Jim Crow rule and Jim Crow laws.
Republican Representative John Stevens.
Tennessee is a conservative state when our congressional representation in Washington should reflect that. This map ensures that.
And that measure now goes to Republican Governor Bill Lee for his signature. Health officials in several counties are trying to identify and follow people who may have been exposed to the hantavirus on a cruise ship. In addition to contact tracing, they're also trying to learn more about the virus as quickly as they can. Questions include whether it has mutated and how exactly it spreads. Hantaviruses usually spread when people inhale contaminated residue of rodent droppings. And a person with knowledge of the details tells the AP that OG Anunoby has a strained right hamstring. Anunoby will be listed as questionable to play Game 3 at Philly on Friday in that second-round series between the Knicks and the Sixers. Anunoby will be considered day-to-day. Appears to have avoided serious injury after leaving Game 2 of the Knicks' 108-102 win at the Garden to give them a 2-0 lead in that series. The situation on Wall Street today, the Dow lost 313 points, the NASDAQ gave back 32, and the S&P shed 28. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at EnduranceWarranty.com. Auto repair bills are through the roof. $3,000 to replace the transmission. $4,000 for a blown engine. And if your manufacturer's warranty is expired, you'll have to cover it all out of pocket. You need an Endurance Auto Protection Plan. No matter what the mileage, if your car is under 20 years old, Endurance can get you covered on the engine, electrical system, transmission, AC, drivetrain, and more. Endurance has plans for any budget. Repairs can be done at the certified mechanic of your choice, and they're paid directly with no middleman. Plans cover 24/7 roadside assistance, towing, battery jumps, fuel deliveries, tire changes, lockout services, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Act now and get our elite benefits, including complete tire care and key fob replacement. A $2,000 value at no extra cost. With Endurance, you could never pay for covered auto repairs again, so call now for your free quote. Call 800-253-6203. 800-253-6203. 800-253-6203.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free no-risk consultation. 800-323-8922. 800-323-8922. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. 800-323-8922.
The Odyssey app lets you jump back to the moments you missed from WTIC News Talk 1080. Download the free Odyssey app, search WTIC News Talk 1080, and tap earlier today to get started.
Hey, we're back, and we're going to take your phone calls right after we do Weather and Traffic with Mark Christopher. But, you know, as I've always said to people of color, as they like to use, and I speak directly to the black community, so I'm not going to pull any punches here. So when I talk to you in the black community who listen to this program, and as uptight as you may get about me and what I say, just one, I'm no computer gangster. I'm no laptop thug. Everything I say is straight, like truth. And I'm as real as it gets when you meet me. And I think you all know that because you see me in the street. You know, I don't hide away. I'm no coward. And a lot of people use the word belief, but I have a phrase, a term that I use, and I used to tell it to my kids, and I used to tell it to my ex-wife. Belief is for people who lack knowledge. And the things that I know are the things that I talk about. So I kind of spare the whole idea of like, these are the things that I believe. No, these are the things that I know. The things that I believe, I'll tell you. I believe this based upon a hunch. But what I know is what I know. And what I definitely know is there's no such thing as a black agenda. There isn't. So I'm going to challenge you. Go to reeseontheradio.com. And it's spelled just like peanut butter cups, REESE on the radio.com. Go there. I challenge you. Send me a note. Tell me what a black agenda is. You want these black districts? Tell me what the agenda is. And the black agenda must only serve black people. That means that no one else by any other race or group of people can benefit from it. It is particularly set for just black folks. No one else can benefit. You explain those things to me, you'll prove me wrong. But I bet you I won't get any messages because you have no idea what one is, because it doesn't exist. That's the point. So, you've been challenged. The gauntlet has been laid. Let's see if you can actually measure up. I doubt it, though. Let's get another check of traffic and weather. Mark Christopher is out here. He is in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. How we doing, sir?
All right, Reese, thank you very much. Well, this traffic report being brought to you by Columbia Implant Center in Manchester. 91 southbound delays from exit 36 down to exit 35. Again, delays approaching 33 down to 32 A and B. Another bump down by exit 28, slowing again as you move down by exit 24 in Rocky Hill. Westbound side of 84 slowing, approaching 56 Governor Street out to 45 Flatbush. 84 eastbound got delays about a mile before 46 Avenue into the tunnel. 2 westbound slowing 1D up to the 84 west merge. 291 eastbound's tight from I-91 over to the Bissell Bridge. If you're traveling in the Middletown 9 southbound's a little slow at the Aragoni Bridge. 84 eastbound in Waterbury tight by exit 18. Again, sluggish 26 down to the 691 interchange. Westbound side of 84 slowing in Cheshire 26 to the Mixmaster. If you are heading northbound on the Parkway, you've got delays now in orange from exit 42B up to exit 46 in New Haven. Southbound Parkway delays 51 down into the West Rock Tunnel. 91 southbound, look for slow traffic in New Haven 6 in toward the 95 interchange. Traffic moves slow, but your transformation shouldn't. Columbia Implant Center provides full dental implants in just one visit. Open 7 days a week in Manchester to fit your busy life. Get your smile back today at ColumbiaImplantCenter.com. Traffic and weather together on the 8th. WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
Partly cloudy the first part of this evening. Still somewhat breezy for a time. Then mostly cloudy overnight. Low 42. A mix of clouds and sun tomorrow. Once again, breezy tomorrow afternoon. High 61. Then increasing cloudiness tomorrow night. Chilly with a low of 40. Cloudy, cool weather Saturday. Some rain on occasion. A high of 55. Warmer weather on Sunday. Sunshine giving way to some clouds. High is 73. Rain back in the forecast for later Sunday night and Monday. Right now it is 58 degrees in Winsted. It's 62 in Berlin and 61 in Hartford. I'm meteorologist Bob Larson of the WTIC Weather Center.
Join us this Sunday for Tumalo Financial, your go-to for retirement planning and taxes. Tune into the father-son duo from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. or catch replay from 5 to 6 p.m. Tumalo Financial, retirement planning with integrity on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Support comes from Amazon Business. Free your team from time-consuming procurement tasks. Discover smart business buying, where unmatched selection meets AI-driven tools to simplify complex processes so you can focus on what matters most. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
Ned Lamont and the Hartford Clowns have a problem telling the truth. Here's Ned.
And we're trying to make life a little less expensive for working families in the middle class.
Talk is cheap, Ned, but you know what's not? Our electric bills. Aaron Stewart is the no BS candidate for governor. Aaron knows that 1, Connecticut exports a third of the energy we generate while we pay the highest prices in New England. That's BS. 2, the Hartford Clowns put a hidden tax on your bill, the public benefits charge. Complete BS. And 3, Ned wants electric leaf blowers instead of gas, so he's importing hydropower from Canada. Really? Canada? Total BS.
And we're trying to make life a little less expensive.
I'm Aaron Stewart. I'm running for governor because it's time for something different, like cutting the BS. Only Hartford would ship out the energy we make and ship in expensive Canadian energy. Join me at Aaron4CT.com. I approve this message.
Paid for by Aaron for Connecticut, Valerie Marino, Treasurer.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-358-6868. That's 800-358-6868. Again, 800-358-6868.
What's up, everybody? You know who it is.
You know who it is.
You know who it is. It's Reese on the radio. Frederick Douglass of the 21st century.
It's WTIC News Talk 1080.
All right. We just got to play it one more time. I just had to get that out there. Reese on the radio. We're back. We're live. Debate night on WTIC happens at 7 p.m. At the private event room at Stadium 15, brought to you by our good friends at AARP Connecticut. Myself, Brian Shackman, and Morgan Cunningham are going to be the moderators. Betsy McCoy, Ryan Fazio. And you can listen right here on WTIC just at 7 o'clock. Should be airing live at 7 o'clock. And you can watch on YouTube. Go to WTIC or at WTIC 1080 in order to watch it live. Let's get to the phones real quick. I promised this guy to come in. Mark in West Hartford. What's up, Mark?
Hey, real quick. Well, first of all, I got to tell you, the majority of your audience are John Denver fans. So just keep that in mind. All right? Like, I'm listening to that going, I wonder what's on their playlist. I wonder what the average playlist is of one of your listeners. Anyway, I got to go back to your previous hour. Almost an hour ago, you talked about the media. And
yeah.
If it fits their agenda or narrative, they're not going to show up.
Yeah.
They're not going to cover it. Well, it happened within the last 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is what they all showed up for yesterday. Okay? And here's the headline. Senator Blumenthal announces bill aimed at protecting children impacted by ICE.
Yeah.
Now, in Connecticut, children are being abused, right? Neglected.
Overwhelmingly.
Committing suicide. They're being murdered.
Yeah.
But yet they all showed up for that.
Yeah.
Today, guess how many television reporters showed up, not for a teacher who worked in, not inappropriately touched, like you said, one child, not two, not three, but four, not did it in one private school, but did it in two private schools.
Exactly.
One television reporter showed up. Bob Wilson, I hope everybody watches his report. I don't know how he's put packaging in it, but I commend him for coming.
Yeah.
And in fact, they sent him cold, Reese. We were telling
No
him
camera?
things prior to him. No. He had a camera. What I'm saying is he came in cold, not knowing anything. We were
Holy
shocked.
moly!
He's going, what? He's going, oh, there's three mothers here? Yeah, it happened to four victims. He had no idea any part of it. They sent him out there solely on my call into the newsroom last week and again yesterday. I called them all up.
Wow.
You know, Hartford Current, we had the Connecticut Sentinel there. And getting to your point of, like, how do you not – this wasn't a allegation anymore.
Right.
This was a conviction today.
That's right.
And
That's
these
correct.
people –
It was sentencing as well, right? This was a sentencing.
It's sentencing.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, it was impactful. Now, and I'll leave you with this. I'll let you take some calls. But, you know, the mother's name that really spearheaded this, she now wants to be known. She doesn't have to alter her voice. Her name is Samantha. We don't have to give her last name.
Right.
I am going to tell you something. Today, I couldn't stop staring at her because I knew her voice.
Yeah.
We talked for hours this past year. I never met her. And I was just staring at her, just going, oh, my God. Like, I'm so in awe of, like, what, you know,
She spearheaded this.
Women in my family.
She spearheaded
she
this.
is the one. And I told her this, and I'll leave you with this. She could have easily saved a life and not know it.
That's right.
Because children go on for what happens to them in their youth. I've had it in my life with friends and family members. You never know what's going to affect them later on in life at any age.
That's right.
And thankfully, I hope there's no more victims. That I pray for. That's it. I hope it's just four.
Yeah, I'm going to be talking to Samantha this weekend, and we're going to set up an interview tomorrow. Roseanne's going to be here on the show as usual on Friday. She was there present, and I know that you've met Roseanne.
Oh yeah, we both felt it, and Roseanne will break it down. But I'll tell you this: I've never seen a judge. I've seen performative, judges before.
Yeah.
This guy literally put his head down, and you could tell he had to compose himself to address the three mothers that showed up today.
Wow.
He was overwhelmed by, even though it led up to that, he's been working on it for hours behind the scenes,
Correct.
leading up to that moment. He was genuine and just, I never witnessed that before.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks again. And
My pleasure.
Obviously, Samantha's going to thank you. She really was, just touched by that. We were able to. You trusted me. I trusted you.
Yeah, man. This was an 8. I almost feel like, was this 2 years of us working on this story?
We'll find out when you talk through this weekend.
Yeah.
Close to it.
I have to go back because
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to our text messages. I think this was about 2 years.
Yeah. The last sentence I got, Shame on Connecticut's media, except for one, Bob Wilson.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bob, and WTNH.
Yeah, indeed.
But
Thank
shame
you.
on all you other ones that didn't show up. Thank you, brother.
You got it, man. Thanks, man. All right. Yeah, that was an important case today. So that's why we sent Roseanne out there. Adam 12 was out there with her. So Roseanne will be here tomorrow. We'll have a conversation with that sort of to preempt our conversation with Samantha. I'm going to talk to her on Saturday. And then we're going to have her on next week. Let me get to, George in St. Louis. George, what do we got for me today?
Reese, I've studied your energy grid. It's called ISNE. That's Maine, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Vermont, and New Hampshire. And the reason why your bills are so high is they've retired all of your coal plants.
I thought it was just a public benefit charge.
No, and they've retired cheap energy, $26 coal, and replaced it with $85 renewable energy.
Can I ask
wind and solar.
let me ask you this, George, and the only reason why is because I know you would probably know this better than I, and I'm literally walking through this organization. Have you ever sort of understood or tried to understand how this whole Connecticut Green Bank works? I understand that they take the public benefits charge and then they're asking people to match those funds, and they're like, they're in $1 billion of those funds. But do you understand exactly what they do in helping people sort of refit or retrofit their homes with this green energy? Because I don't see the upside to this.
Well, whatever energy, from what I understand, whatever energy the house doesn't use, it's referred to. It goes on the grid.
Right. So in essence, it just sort of goes back to the general. But I'm not understanding how the Connecticut Green Bank works when it. I've known banks.
It's not enough to really maintain an electric grid.
Right.
By the way, last year, 2025, you had 4.5 million megawatt hours of wind energy. And here's what people don't know.
Yeah.
Wind only operates, it only generates the months of January, half of October, November, and December. The rest of the year, and if you've ever flown a kite, the wind drops off. You lose 40% of your energy during the summer season, the spring. That said is the spring and summer season.
Wow.
You lose 40% of your wind energy. And
I just think that they're
nonsense.
eyesores. I think the whole thing is eyesores. And not only that, I think it just plays to a group of people who just want to feel good about themselves. George, let me get a couple of these people out of here before I get out of here, folks. Thank you, man. Thomas in Thomaston. What's up, buddy?
Hey, a couple quick points. What was I saying?
Yes.
The African American population is what, 12 to 16%?
Yes.
And the members of African Americans in Congress is 12 to 16%.
Oh yeah, we met the quota.
Yeah. So, it's not the catastrophe they say it is.
Yeah, I know it's not. Look, I know what it is. They need to just be honest, right? They know who they're going to vote for, and they know that they're a monolith. And they wanted to be treated. They want to be treated special. They don't want equality. It was never going to be, and it's never going to be again. It's not about equality. It's about special treatment.
And you made a very good point about an hour ago. It's not the color of their skin they're looking for. It's the thought of what they're thinking.
Exactly.
That they want.
Exactly.
That's what
because they know that. Look. In most circles, and you know what? I'm a perfect example, Tom. Here's a perfect example of all of this. What is the one thing that is always said about me universally in the black community? I can't believe he thinks like that.
Yeah. But the exception to the monolith. Oh,
yeah, exactly. But that's the whole point, right? It's like they keep saying, it's like, oh, we're not a monolith, and then they go, I can't believe he thinks like that as a black man, and I just go, do you not understand the contradiction there? And I think the reason is very obvious, Tom. It's because them white folks is teaching them. That's why I tell you.
Well, hey, if it wasn't for us, even white folks, everything would be perfect.
God bless. On earth. That's right. If you white folks wouldn't stop brainwashing them, they'd be all right.
Of course. And we did the numbers, Reese.
Yes, sir.
We just decided that it was going to cost too much to have slavery again. So we did away with that.
We did away with it.
Yeah, we're trying to do it some other way.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, boss.
Hey, one more quick point.
Real quick.
Oh, Tucker Carlson, who the hell does he think he is?
Oh,
going on saying, if it wasn't for him, Trump wouldn't have got elected. What's BS?
I told these.
I can't stand that guy.
I know a lot of people don't like him anymore. That's because he's got. Listen, his audience doesn't even live in America anymore. Thank you, buddy. I'll talk to you. Rude, before I get out of here, you got 1 minute. What do you got?
I'm gonna be quick. This Indiana thing, that sound bit you did, it's going to backfire in Florida because about 60% of Republicans favor DeSantis over Trump, and they have two different candidates running for governor.
Right.
Donald's is not the answer. It's probably going to end up that the Democrat has a good chance becoming governor in a supermajority. You mentioned liberals with the transgender and all that.
Yeah.
You got callers like Paul from Plymouth, Tim from Wallingford, Evan. I don't vote for that. I don't vote for this. I don't vote for that.
Yeah.
But you vote against Republicans, and you accept the
which
fact
is a
that,
permission slip,
right? So, but here's the last thing, and I taught you this. I told you this. I had two gorgeous black nurses today at my table, 30 years old. They love me to death. I'm probably going to date one of them. 30 years old.
Okay.
I told them the pastor will mentor black pastor from South Carolina talking about colored people, and that black people aren't colored, white people are, because we changed our skin tone.
And now she's going to date you.
Yeah. So here's another problem, though.
Yes.
The black women down here are so educated. They're so beautiful. The majority of them, 5'10", 125 pounds.
Okay,
whatever.
let me ask you this. You meet all of these fine black women. Have you ever introduced them to this show?
Why? You're white. You don't
you
like
are,
black women.
You are so... I don't have to date them to listen to the show, Rudy.
Here's the question moving forward. Let me get this out there.
Real quick.
You know how everyone says that the Democrats killed the black family in the 60s with welfare?
Oh, they did far worse than that, but go ahead.
Yes. You know what they did? They buried black men because black women have been more successful in Generation X, millennials, and
100% right.
Way more. I mean, I could bring you 20 nurses to Hartford, Connecticut that have probably made more money in the 12 years they've been
without
on
a doubt
than you've made in your life.
You're 100% right about that.
They are trying to eliminate black men in this country.
Boom.
But Frank and I are going to tell you we can't do it because how would we get black women without black men? But
I gotta go. I gotta go.
They're trying. Well, you got to cover this topic.
I will, but not now because I have to go. I have to go. I know that.
To where? There's no Waffle House up there.
Get out of here. Goodbye. There's no Waffle House. You hear him hating on your Waffle House? That's Rudy's a mess. We got to get up out of here. Folks, we will see you tomorrow. We'll tell you all about the debate. Make sure you're right here at WTIC so you can check out the debate. As I always say, radio is free, so we thank you for paying attention. Remember to keep JC in your hearts and in your mind. Sean Patrick, we love you and we miss you. Remember that panic is not planning, so plan your work and work your plan. Me, I'm Reese on the radio. You have a good night, pleasant tomorrow. We'll see you back here at 2 p.m. Mark Christopher, he's getting you home. He's in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. Hey, Mark.
All right, Reese, have a great night. Enjoy the debate. Southbound 91, you go delays 33 down to 32 IMB, and again down by exit 28. You'll see a little slow traffic again as you move from 19 down to 18 in the 691 interchange in Meriden. Westbound 84 slows 56 Governor Street out to 47 Sigourney. 84 eastbound is slowing at 46 Avenue into the